Ahoy, mateys, and welcome to all of you travelers who join us once again today on Roll for Damage for another exciting voyage into the dark and mysteriously muffin-filled bogs that be the Humblewood. Arr! I be Josh the Pirate, and ye be wanting more D&D with my voice in it, then ye can find me on Game On Australia for the Eberron game on Friday nights, where I be playing Melchizedek, and on the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the renowned and dashing pirate Scairn Felspar. And I have the duty, pleasure, nay, holy responsibility to introduce me loyal crew this evening. To me screen right is...
Hello, my name's Rachel Fukar, and today I will be playing Trish Caper, the raccoon rogue who just wants to make friends and isn't addicted to stealing at all. You can also, if you want to find me, not as a raccoon, but as a person, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Fukar. And I have a podcast called A Beginner's Guide to the Occult, which is all about a supernatural investigator who's terrible at her job.
Lovely. And to her screen right be...
Hello everybody, it is I, Big Viking Mitch. You can find me on Twitter at Big Viking Mitch, where I just share trash. I, today, will be playing Nevermore, and Nevermore's always growing and learning more things. Never stop learning, never stop growing. Father's rule number 33.
And to his screen right be...
Hi guys, I am Dan. I am elusive on social media, and you can't find me around. But I am D-Rab in Twitch chat as well as Roll for Damage's Discord chat, which you should come and hang out. Today I'm playing Helvig Dewpoint. He is not a murderer. That's a fact. And he likes to help people and just to take care of everybody.
And it's interesting to watch him reconcile the whole murdering thing with how not a murderer he is.
He's not, though.
He's not, no.
He's not.
And to his non-murdering screen left is...
Hello, it's me. I am AJ Winters. I am currently trying to transition between Jude and AJ because I have been Jude for an hour. Hi. Tonight I'm going to be playing Jude Littlefoot. I'm so excited. Jude has had sugar.
Too many muffins. Well, that certainly walks my plank. And at this point, it'd be very fine to raise a tot of rum once again to our bros and brepai for the amazing art. If you look on the screen at the moment, you'll be seeing our wonderful Jude Littlefoot. And please also thank the shipwrights at the Deck of Many who crafted this here fine vessel. Avast. And please don't be forgetting to like and subscribe. That'd be very important. Check us out on YouTube for the last episodes if you want to be catching up if you missed it. You can also gift a bonus to any crewman that be needing it throughout the episode. And now, in our fine tradition, I think it may behoove us to make sure we are all in the same chart by having a crewman recall the events of the previous voyage.
Oh, Jude!
No, not Jude. I think it's turn.
I guess I can do it.
I think that'd be very fair. Off you go then.
Last time we fought the elemental slimes to free Kenna, who was embedded on a elevated wall, and it was a group effort, and I didn't do anything. And we freed Kenna. And Kenna didn't want to go home yet, so to collect samples from other slimes. So we went and did that. And then we went back, we did a big celebration, and found that Kenna and the Waldron Crane had a weird relationship, or at least came off pretty weird. And then we went and chilled at the tavern and had a good night's rest. For sure, I did not have a nightmare about a hellish landscape, nor was there a big snake, nor was there a volcano. just a good night sleep. Next day, we went back to Mr. Crane's place, and he pointed us to a swamp because there's apparently a sorcerer that transformed themselves into a dragon, one of the mythical dragons. And he didn't want the town to know, but he wanted us to deal with him, specifically murder, which everyone else is good at. And we went to the swamp. He was really nice. A really tall dragon fellow named Burzan, and he told us his story on how he was from a different realm and got transported over here, and he's trying to go back, but he needed some choice ingredients, and that's where we left off as we try and get him home.
Yeah, that'd be very accurate. Well done there, Helvig. Very well. Well, mateys, may all your gaps be soft and your muffins sealed in watertight bags as we set sail. We find our adventurers where we left them, deep in the swamps of the Mock Fields, having just met the Dragonborn Paladin Burzan, who has enlisted their aid in gathering some ingredients for his new ritual. Wandering a few hundred meters down the path from Burzan's cottage, Helvig catches up with the group, and together they spy the suggested marshy pools.
What a fucking mess this is. Ugh.
For more.
Well, what? We're wading through filth. It's disgusting.
I
Oh,
like
it's
it.
not so bad.
Jude, go find some frogs.
Okay.
Oh,
That
okay.
was easy.
Jude dives in the
Why?
swamp.
Whoa, okay. I was going to say perception check, but no. All right, this is much more fun. This escalated things very quickly. Jude, I would like you to make a stealth check. Yeah, let's do that.
Stealthy Jude. Jude is stealthy. Jude will roll a.
4.
Oops.
Well, I don't know how stealthily you can dive into a bog, but yeah. So Jude is swimming around in a bog. There are some frogs. You find several frogs in there. However, they dodge out of the way real easy. Yeah, it's actually remarkably difficult to catch them.
I got the jar though.
Yeah, and you're going after them with the jar, paddling around in the shallows, and it's just not working out at all. They're just completely uncooperative about submitting to have their spleens removed.
It's not working at all. They're very uncooperative about getting in the jars.
Okay.
It's all right. One of us has an idea.
Are there bugs? Surely there are. It's a
Yes.
swamp.
Yeah, there are many bugs.
Okay, I would like to ask the bugs to get into a bowl, just so that it's easier for the frogs to nom on them.
Okay. You're a monster.
What do you mean?
These are your bug
That doesn't
friends.
count. That doesn't count. They're playing tag.
Sure. Okay.
They're trying to dodge the tongues.
Very well. You successfully convinced several bugs to enter the jar would be the thing, I presume.
Yes.
Yep. And then what do you do?
I hand the jar to Trish.
Sure.
Thanks. What
he can-
sort of materials are around the general area?
You are in a swamp. What sort of materials are you looking for?
I'm thinking of scrounge crafting a net.
Oh.
Yeah, probably take you a little while, but yeah, you could definitely do it. There's reeds and stuff. There's a lot of grass and long grass and matted weeds. Yeah, you could probably MacGyver a pretty decent net out of this sort of stuff. Probably take
Excellent.
you about 15 minutes, but yeah.
Okay. I find a non-sludge covered bit of rock and sit down and get to crafting.
Yeah, all right. You craft yourself a net.
In the meantime, Jude will swim and splash and make sure the frogs go in a certain direction.
Okay.
Helvig, should
Yeah?
we find a bulrush route, perhaps? Less
Sure.
killing involved. All we have to do is pluck a plant.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nature
yeah.
checks or survival. What do you want to make?
Nature check
Sure.
to identify the plant
I
correctly.
will help him.
Sure.
I will help
You
them.
now have advantage.
Oh, hang on. I'll roll twice then.
Yeah.
22.
You find one. You actually find one next to a pile of random detritus that Trish has actually gathered together already. So you're just like, you just break the top off because he said he only needed the rush bit of it. So yeah, you've got that. Tick that off the list. Well done.
Dig the scale into the bog that the frogs have been captured from.
The frogs, I want to be clear, have not yet been captured.
Okay, cool. All right.
We're working on that.
Jude has managed to convince one of them to go near the jar. But the frogs... at this point, Jude, you've been splashing around for 3 or 4 minutes in this large bog. I'm going to get you to roll a perception check, Jude.
Oh, okay. Perception check.
Yep, that's about right. Okay.
It's not a very good perception.
It's not amazing. It's certainly not what you really wanted.
No.
So, I'm going to put you guys on a map.
Oh no. Okay. I mean, what would go wrong? It's just a map.
Yeah. And let's have this ability check. In fact, no, this is that. Jude, you notice something brush past your leg, brush against your leg, something quite large under the water. It almost feels like it tries to bite you. But your leg, because you're swimming, your legs are all moving and stuff. So yeah, you're probably, on this map, if you could all place yourselves on the map that I have put up.
Okay, where is the detritus pile? Can you ping the map for me?
I would have said it is here next to Trish.
All right.
All
That's
right.
we're over there.
So we're there.
Yeah.
And Jude would be in the bog. He would be there. Correct. All right. You are welcome to roll initiative.
No. It's just a frog.
It is just a frog.
Oh, shit. That's not initiative.
Oh, I forgot to change that back. Okay. It's just a frog.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah,
Jude-
Cash is with you as
Jude
well.
remains really quiet for the first time in a very long time.
Cash is actually a tinkerer, so she would be helping Trish.
This high-pitched shriek from the swamp.
No?
No.
Cash goes immediately. Yeah, Jude goes immediately very quiet. Okay.
We're there. Just
So it's pretty clear that Cash, Trish, and Evermore, unless you've all gotten pretty used to the whole thing that Jude is just having a ball, splashing around, being the 5-year-old that at his core he is. And yeah. So you're kind of not bothered by the silence. It's kind of nice, I suppose. I mean, I'll let you choose, but as far as you can tell, there isn't anything wrong yet, unless you...
I feel like if there was a dying down of splashing and the general jovial squealing, that would be cause for what's going on. So...
I suppose
like
my
the
point is, I think if you want to notice that Jude is not having a good time anymore, it would be a perception check.
Sure.
Like doing the same thing.
Cash is busy making things. I'm not going to make her roll.
Yeah.
Nevermore, I would say you're a little bit fixated on getting the other stuff.
Sure.
Trish, you might have noticed. I'll leave that up to Trish.
I feel like Trish is probably pretty wrapped up in net making, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it was a really good plan, much better than Jude's.
Oh no! Oh,
Like, in fairness to
Jude.
Jude, he has found a big frog.
It's true. You're an
So, yeah,
overachiever, Jude. You're an
at this point-
overachiever.
It is Gerald's turn, and Gerald is going to have
Gerald, no!
Gerald!
Gerald, my
Gerald
wonderful
successfully-
frog. Good.
Gerald successfully noms Jude. So Jude is swimming along. And then there is a fairly significant, like, skloop. Yeah, I'm just going to keep using that word. It's a good word. And you see Jude disappear below the surface in a... Ah! I think there's probably a squawk of indignation. So technically speaking, the damage it's rolled is 10 plus 4, which is quite a bit more than Jude has. I am going to say Jude is on 1 hit point.
Oh.
And is currently underneath the water, grappled by this bullfrog. And it's now Jude's turn, appropriately.
Can Jude see in fog?
Not very well. Jude is aware that Jude is... so the Gerald's mouth is around Jude's waist.
Jude would like to stab.
Very well. Make an attack.
Okay. Jude would like to estimate where an eyeball might be because of the size of the mouth
Sure.
and go for eyeballs.
Okay, very well. Ooh,
Well,
that's, it is... Yeah, that'll hit. It
Yeah.
technically beats the AC, but the AC is not like aiming for a specific bit, but I'll give it to you.
6 piercing damage.
Yeah, the frog is upset with you about that, and you feel yourself being sort of shaken, like when a dog is trying to destroy something, is sort of shaken around really vigorously. That, and
Jude is drowned before, and Jude knows not to make noise and not to yell to keep air in airways
yes.
from many experiences.
Helvig, I think it's fairly obvious now that something is going on underneath the water because there is a huge amount of the water is really disturbed, and whatever is disturbing the water is significantly larger than Jude.
Whoa. I don't think it's my turn.
It is your turn now.
Guys, I prod Nevermore. I point towards the big splashing of whatever it is over there.
Oh god.
I walk over here and go, Jude. Do I see anything?
It's not like, well, you still see the water is sort of boiling with sort of, not obviously with fire, but it's like,
Yeah,
it has
it's like
the surface
boiling.
disturbance of something that is boiling. Yeah, it's very much, there is something going on underneath, something quite violent going on underneath the surface of the marshy bog. But it's almost impossible to make out. You occasionally see bits of rubbery, greeny yellow skin break the surface.
Oh no.
This didn't have to happen. I want to be clear about this.
I will, as my action, I will make an illusion of a big thunderclap near it.
Okay. So what are
cast
you
minor
using to do that?
illusion.
Minor illusion. Okay. So the loudest noise you can make with minor illusion.
Yeah.
Very well. You do that. What are you attempting to achieve with it?
I assume that
Good.
It's Jude playing a good old prank, and I don't like it, so I want it to stop, and
Okay.
hopefully Jude will stop doing the big splashes.
So you're trying to startle whatever it is?
Yeah.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a straight intimidation check.
Okay.
Helvig's pretty
Thankfully.
intimidating.
He is. Very scary guy. He's murdered so many people.
13. Whew.
13. Yeah, all right. Cool. Do you have anything else you would like to do?
No, that's it. I can't
Uh,
see Jude or know that he's hurt, right? So
Yeah. You would the sort of the disturbance in the water is 2 to 3 times larger than Jude could possibly make on his own.
Jude's pretty strong though.
He is pretty strong. Cash looks up and says, I mean, yeah, we should, shouldn't we? And she looks at Trish like, we should, shouldn't we? Should we?
I think we should, Kesh. I think we should.
So Cash Cash is still being a bit ginger and sort of goes over to about here and tries to get a better look, sort of leans out over the muck. And she takes out her short sword and sort of just tries to prod. So I'm going to make a dexterity check, really, with her, because she's not attacking at this point because she doesn't know what the hell it is. 14 from Kesh. I would say that definitely hits. And between the loud noise and the poke with a sharp sword, a pair of frog eyes break the surface. The thrashing stops almost completely, and a pair of frog eyes break the surface. And the only thrashing that's remaining is a little bit right about a foot in front of the frog's eyes, and occasionally you see the blade of a sword coming out.
No!
Oh no!
And Kesh goes, yeah. Trish, it's your turn.
Okay. Trish is gonna scamper on over here. And I'm going to shoot with my arrow, and I'm gonna aim for one of those eyes. Sure,
You do that.
I am.
You do not hit. It's because it's quite a small target, and also there's a lot of flailing going around in front of it. It's hard to get your eye in, but that is a miss, unfortunately.
Guys, this is not good.
Trish, Nevermore.
Well, clearly a difficult target. I'm going to flick 3 of the feathers off the front of my tome, turning them into magic missiles. So I cannot miss with a magic missile,
No, you
and
can't.
I will roll for it.
D4. Tell me how much they do.
Passed. All right, they do
Each one does 3.
3 each, so there's 9 points of damage.
And you are directing these at the eyes.
I'm directing them at the only thing that I can see, which is the eyes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Jeremiah the bullfrog rears up in anger as he takes these shots to his eyes, and sort of you see a pair of webbed hands sort of try to bat away the things that are affecting it. And you also see that clenched firmly in its mouth is Jude. And Gerald, tilts his head back and roars, flinging Jude into the air. And then, unless, Nevermore, you have a bonus action that you would like to do? No? All right. In which case, he uses his swallow attack.
Stop it!
And Jude falls into Gerald's massive gullet and is swallowed whole. You are now blinded and restrained. You have total cover against attacks from other effects from outside of the toad, and you take 10 acid damage at the start of each of the toad's turns. Yeah. That is the toad's turn. So, Jude, you are now restrained and blinded. It is your turn, but you are in a frog's stomach. So I think it would be a significant strength check to get out of it.
And the toad heard me from the inside.
Almost certainly.
Hello, I didn't mean to stab you. Please let me out. I'm dying. Jude is in the dark. Judy, in the dark. Let me out, please.
Very well. That may have an effect. Helvig, it is your turn. I think this is why you take 10 acid damage, to be honest. You shouldn't be speaking inside something's stomach.
I am terrified and
Really
scared.
struggling with the whole business about not killing something.
Oh, the time for murder is now.
And we see Helvig's true colors. All right, what do you do,
I
Helvig?
will use my natural 20
Ooh.
to cast Guiding Bolt
Oh, shit.
at
So,
Gerald.
The
Spit Jude out!
way we do natural 20s, if you just use one that has been bought for you on roll for damage, is just double the max damage. Straight up. Auto hit, double max damage. So what is the damage dice? Is it a 10?
Damage dice for Guiding Bolt is 4d6 radiant.
4d6.
24 maxed.
So 48 is the crit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Huh.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's that. 48 is literally twice his remaining hit points. So yeah, you nail him as he lands back down and sort of glares at you with his bloodshot eyes sort of crying tears down his cheeks. You nail him with a guiding bolt straight to the nose, and describe exactly what happens, because this is your kill.
I gather I'm so mad that we take our eyes off Jude for 1 second and he gets eaten by a frog and that's like way bigger, and all of that is fueling, and it's like making the fireflies come out of his little spines, and they all gather around, and I say, "Spit Jude out!" And it flies and it scatters right in his face, and he gets torn apart by the little fireflies.
Okay. Yeah,
Holy
he does.
shit.
The frog's face sort of peels back. The skin is sort of worn away, eroded as if by a very rapid sandstorm as these fireflies shoot past it. And the frog lets out one last sort of pained croak and then collapses sideways into the bog, and rolls belly up almost immediately.
Do I see Jude? I run up.
You do not see Jude, but Jude is inside the frog's stomach. Jude, you now do not feel restrained, but you are still definitely inside the thing. You mean he croaked? Shrug roll.
Jude would like to heal because I was gifted.
Yes.
And then Jude would like to heroically, yes, then through the stomach and emerge like hero that Jude is.
You do that.
Yeah.
I believe you're on 3 hit points.
Am
It's a 25% heal, I think. So
I have like a what is the Healy bar thingy? Does that still apply?
oh, you're using the hero bar heal.
Can
'Cause
I
Serum,
do that?
Serum just bought you a 25%.
I'll do the 25% one.
Yeah.
Dude has
Um,
3 hit
You go back up to 3 hit points, and you stand, clutching an organ in your other hand, as you emerge, He-Man-like. I have the spleen from this toad's stomach.
Still covered in acid, though.
Oh, completely. It should. It burns quite badly.
It
Very unpleasant.
burns a lot, guys.
Get Jude in the water, quick!
I just
Like, rush over and try to start like splashing water and washing acid and stuff off.
Do you have
I do.
prestidigitation?
I do, yeah, I do, but the
This is
water
more
seems
fun.
to
No,
be
I'm aboard.
Yeah,
I'm aboard.
yeah, I'm freaking out. Yeah.
I think I come over and help Nevermore with that because I'm
Yeah.
also freaked out.
It remains in the pose. Spleen in one hand, sword in the other.
Splash, splash, splash.
Stands there.
Thank you. Cool. Yeah. Jude, you're holding an organ. You're not sure, but it could well be a frog spleen.
Are you
Might be-
okay?
Can we get out of the dead body?
Cash is using her sword to sort of drag the body back to shore, because she doesn't want to actually get in the bog with the reeking corpse of a dead giant toad. Here's a sentence I was not expecting to utter today, and I knew what was supposed to happen.
Nevermore?
Yes, little one.
Is this a spleen?
Medicine check. Josh?
Yeah, please
Is
do.
it a
all right.
spleen?
I imagine medicine check will be the go. 12. It's definitely something.
Yeah, no, you definitely you resolve the whole being acided situation.
No, the question I was asked whether or not it was a spleen,
spleen.
that was being held.
Oh,
And
I do
used a
apologize.
medicine check, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a spleen.
It's a spleen.
It,
yes.
it is not a grand piano. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was distracted by chat. Joshua Grill is very convinced that this thing is an organ, and it's not. It is. With your plays on words.
Yes, you have in fact got a spleen in your hand.
It is a
It was
huge.
really painful to get it.
Yes, well, I don't actually know if that's going to be beneficial in any way. I think they're supposed to be small spleens, although maybe because it's bigger, it would be more powerful.
In terms of mass, this is more than enough frog spleen.
3.
Did we kill our friend's friend?
I'm a little bit worried that we probably do need to get 2 more, though, depending on the size.
We did
That's the
get
problem.
told 3.
Exactly.
So,
I don't know if the size stops the fact that we need 3. So, Jude, do you want to try and get some more frogs?
No.
Okay.
I'll go get
You-
frogs this time.
You
Okay.
sit down, Jude. Okay, we'll talk. We'll sort out the frogs. You just sit down.
Do you want me to clean you off?
Yes, please.
And I'm just going to sit there and start prestidigitating. And then prestidigitating myself as well because I splashed water. Ugh.
You sort of wax on, wax off the whole thing, and
Sure.
Jude is now not covered in frog stomach acid. With bits of tiny fly.
Jude has never been eaten before.
Oh, day of firsts for Jude.
Can't imagine it's pleasant.
No, it's not the worst thing that Jude has had happen, no.
So, yeah, you don't know that was Gerald because there's no way that you could have known his name, but that was actually Gerald. Yeah, cool. So you find the bulrush. The net is ready a little while later.
I'm gonna take my jar.
Yeah.
Of bug.
We do also need to find a lizard.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Well, while they're doing a net, You could look for a lizard.
Yeah, after I'm finished prestidigitating, I will look for a lizard, yes.
Yeah.
I will go look for a lizard with you, nevermore.
Okay, but you're going to stay with me, aren't you?
Yes.
Good. Alright.
So one of you survival with advantage provided by the other.
Okay. Look. I'll let you take the lead and I'll be right behind you and I'll give you the advantage.
Jude gets up on his back and around his neck.
Make a survival.
Survival.
Hey, 20.
There you go. Yeah, you spot one almost immediately, Jude. There's a fairly decent sized lizard hanging out on a stump about 10 meters away.
Lord, over there.
Okay, and Berzan specifically said we must grab it one by the tail that is alive at the time, and then the tail will come off, and that's what we need.
Okay.
So, given that you're not exceptionally stealthy, watch
I'm
this.
on your back right now, so you be stealthy.
I'm going to attempt stealth with Jude on my back.
Very well, you do that.
I gave him his backpack.
With the muffins.
Yeah.
Squish all my muffins. An 8. No.
You're not super stealthy.
No.
I will roll a perception check for the lizard
Sure.
when I can find my mouse. There it is. Yeah, it flees. It sees you come in. It basically just runs inside the log.
All right, if it runs inside the log, I'm going to move towards the log and start like peering, and I'll say, Jude, go up the other end, look in the other end. See if
It's more of a sort of a knot in the trunk of the log. It's definitely cornered itself.
I see. Well, in that case, I will quite happily reach in with my claws and pluck the tail if I'm able to.
Thank you very much, Bridge 184. And yeah, make this would be a grapple check. Athletics, please.
Athletics.
No, it would definitely be acrobatics.
Acrobatics is a bit more nimble, or
Well,
like
it's a
sleight
dex.
of hand, maybe.
Sleight of hand? Yeah, let's do that. Let's say it's a
Sleight of hand. Yeah.
Opposed by a 7. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't quite get your hand on it. It's because your claw is quite large and the bowl of the tree is quite small. If you had, say, I don't know, a smaller hand.
All right, Jude, you're up. And I'll like kind of hold Jude out a little bit, seeing if Jude can get their hand in there. You just need to pluck the tail. Just put the muffins down. Just lift out of the bag. Just lean across to the tree. Come on. I just need you to grab the tail.
Yeah, sleight of hand check, Jude.
Okay.
If we can't do this, we'll just get Trish. Trish is nimble.
Jude is nimble too.
Yeah,
Dang.
there you go. Boom. I mean, I'll try, but I don't think it'll manage it. Yeah, no, you grab it. You grab something. You can't see what you're grabbing, but you definitely feel something. Aha, I've got it. And you're used to slimy things that you can't see at the moment. And it struggles for a minute, and then the struggles, it feels like a lot of the weight has come out of them, but the thing you're holding is still thrashing around a little bit. And when you draw your hand out, you're holding a tail that's still wriggling just a little bit.
Don't eat it. Pass it here.
Why would I eat it? It's
Oh,
so...
well, I don't know. You're weird. Pass it here. All right. And I'll like hold it in my hand and start making our way back.
Good job. Meanwhile, Trish and Cash, and to a lesser extent Helvig, you have successfully built a net.
Right.
What's its name? Sorry, it's a net. Carry on.
Take me away.
I take the net and I wade into the water with extreme caution and swish around and try and scoop up some water creatures.
Very well. Make a stealth check.
Stealth check.
I'll give you advantage because of the net. That's good. Yeah. You managed to scoop up a couple more frogs. I would say it's actually you probably get about 4 frogs in one scoop with your improvised net.
Perfect. I put all 4 into a jar. You never know when you might need an extra frog spleen.
Absolutely. I know I never do. No idea the next time I might need a frog spleen. Yeah, cool. I think that's it. You just need some slime on that scale now, and you're all good, and that is relatively easily achieved. So I presume at this point you slightly battered, slightly bruised. You head back to the cabin.
In Nevermore's backpack again.
Yeah.
I tucked the spleen in the side, and I'm eating muffins.
Cash, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What made you want to be a bandit?
Want to be?
Well, joining the bandits. What made you join the bandits? What in life led you to that decision?
I suppose it was a general sort of, the Birdfolk Council wasn't doing anything about it, and the Bandit Coalition was. And I heard some good things. I heard that maybe my skills could be useful, could be helpful, could actually be used for some good. So yeah, I joined up.
So it was more joining a cause than opposed to just joining to commit crimes and...
No, yeah, I wasn't. No, I'm that whole breaking in to the place. I wasn't just like, sick, lots of money for me. The whole thing goes to I'm not gonna lie. Some of the Bandit Coalition are more aggressive, more unpleasant, but a lot of us are in it to either protect our families or to protect other people's families. There's a lot of wrong going on that, for whatever reason, and I'm too far down the social heap to be able to see it properly, but I don't see the Birdfolk Council doing anything about it. I mean, the fires of the Grove, what, you think that's recent? It's been going on for years. It's just, this is like proper bad, but it's been happening for ages.
Well, thank you for answering my question. I was just intrigued. What kind of brings you in life to that? Well, obviously, you're quite driven as an individual, and justifiable reasons.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think what I did was morally completely right, but it was...
Of course not.
But it's not. The motivation isn't greed.
Okay.
And I think if I was gonna ask you to consider anything about the bandits, it's a bit of an open mind about their motivations.
Well, I mean, you've cleared that up for me yourself, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I admit that I was under the impression that most of the people that were in that organization were rabble and trash and would jam a knife between your shoulders just as soon as you turn your back on them. But you've clearly proven to me that that is not the case.
Very, very few people in my experience are actually genuinely horrible.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for asking. I think that's cool. Yeah, so you continue on, and you get back to Berzan's, and he's standing tending his large cauldron, which is shaped like a big snail shell, but it's about the size of, I don't know, Jude, and it's bubbling away, but it seems fairly. It doesn't radiate a palpable aura of magic. It doesn't appear potent at the moment. But he's how did you go, my friends?
Dude, stop eating. You're going to give yourself a stomachache. We got it. We got everything. We got everything you needed, and then some, I suppose.
Brilliant.
Jude here got you an
Eaten
extra
by a
large
frog!
speed. Yes, got eaten
Oh
by a
my-
frog.
Oh my! Whose was this? Oh, did you meet Gerald?
Killed
Yeah.
him.
The giant frog?
Yes.
Then, yes.
Oh
we
dear.
did.
He
Oh.
ate me.
Yes, he is a grumpy thing. Did you
Well-
disturb him?
Did you disturb him, Jude? Good question.
Jude was swimming in
Ah,
the bog, and Jude got eaten and swallowed alive.
that's fair. No, that's you. Killing. Look, honestly, anybody who swallows you, I won't have anything to say to anybody who gets eaten and doesn't like it. So, no problem.
I really did not like it.
And more frogs. Honestly, this is more than sufficient. It might actually work out better. And we've got the scale, the bulrush. Ah, fantastic. And do we get a lizard? Ah, good, still wriggling. Yes, quickly. How are you feeling, my young friend? Are you?
Everything hurts.
Yes. Here, and he removes a potion from his belt and says, "Here, on me." And you are restored to full health.
Is there anything you would like for us to do to assist you in the process?
Yeah, can we help with
No. You're very welcome to watch, but the process is relatively simple from now on. You might find it enlightening.
Can I stir the spoon?
Yes, of course you may. So he actually brings a stool over so that Jude can stand at the thing or on the stool, and then hands Jude quite a long-handled spoon and says, "Slowly in a counterclockwise direction, please." And he says, "Would you kindly close the windows? There's the curtains and the door as well, please, my dear." Looking at Trish.
I do that.
Yep.
Kesh goes, "Sure, excellent." So the only light source in the hut at this point is actually the eerie green glow that emanates from the mixture bubbling in the large snail shell cauldron. Berzan adds the final ingredients. First, the herbs, which burn as they're incorporated into the mixture. It's good, isn't it? And normal, not little, it's a bug the size of a rabbit that's sitting on Berzan's shoulder. The pet.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Clicks its mandibles cheerily. And then he holds up the frog spleen and says, "Oh, great spirit, heed my call." Then he tears the frog spleen in half and drops both halves into the mixture. The mixture immediately changes color, goes a vibrant purple, and the glow now illuminates the whole cabin really quite well. "Rise and grant me the wisdom I seek." The ritual then ends with a flash, a bright burst of purple light, and a whoosh of air that whips the curtains open. You are all dazed and sort of dazzled with the light and blinded for a second. After a moment of trepidation, and Jude, you feel a hand on your shoulder. You notice that Jude, that the cauldron is now completely empty, and you're just stirring air. And the hand on your shoulder is Berzan's, and he says, "Maybe best hop down for this next bit," and assists you down. A small pink humanoid climbs out of the cauldron, spilling the last little bits of the mixture everywhere. Its body is covered in ragged hunks of fur. Its head is horned. And its eyes wander lazily around the room, apparently independently of each other.
Some sort of Arcana history knowledge check, potentially?
This would definitely be an Arcana check.
Sure.
Is it
Hello.
gonna kill us?
Mm-hmm. Only a 13.
13. Only because of the way it's clearly been summoned. This creature is not of this realm or even plane.
Yeah.
You don't know exactly what it is, but some sort of fiend.
Got it.
Berzan chuckles curiously and puts his hand on Jude's shoulder again, sort of like, please leave this to me. He then asks a flurry of questions. Oh, strange one, what means the vision I received last night? Where was it? What was the creature laughing at me? Who was the figure standing in the distance? At first, the creature seems pretty uninterested. Oh, hang on a second. In case you need to know, he's going back to Baldur's Gate. Oh, okay, cool. He's trying to get back to Baldur's Gate. At first, the creature seems pretty uninterested by the whole business. In fact, it is just wandering unresponsively around the room. It goes first to Trish and doesn't touch you. It gets to about uncomfortably. It's definitely inside your pink bubble and sniffs you. But its eyes are doing the chameleon thing of just completely different directions. And one of them looks at you a little bit as it sniffs you, and then it just moves away. And I'm going to keep describing this, and if you want to do something, please sort of raise your hand and butt in. It then meanders over to the bed and sort of doesn't touch it, but it's sniffs over it, and it seems to be judging the world mainly through its sense of smell. All the while, Berzan is just pummeling it with questions that it seems completely uninterested in answering. It then meanders its way back over to Helvig, and it takes a long sniff at Helvig, and then, for the first time, both of its eyes snap around to actually face the correct direction. It almost seems that its skull reshapes slightly so that it actually can do this.
I recoil.
And it rears back, its nostrils flaring, and it inhales, and it seems to... Yes, nevermore. No, you're just hands up like, no.
I'm just stretching my arm.
Okay, right. It seems to grow larger as it breathes in the scent of Helvig. It actually appears where its eyes were at eye level with Helvig. You see it seem to get basically larger, Helvig. It increases in height by at least 6 inches. Do you wish to do anything?
Mr.
Anybody?
Berzan?
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Does it feel fine?
It's not fine. It is going to attack you, unfortunately.
Jude will stop it.
It's very quick. It's too quick, really, to do anything about, unfortunately. So let me just prepare the thing. And I think it'd probably be a good idea to roll initiative at this point. It is going to make a claw attack at Helvig. Unfortunately, Helvig, who is a bit freaked out right now, dashes backwards from it. And I moved you guys over so you can all see the map. So yeah, it's standing in front of you. You are as backed away from it as much as possible. And yeah, so if we can have Trish and Kesh on the map as well. Kesh is standing in the far corner, just staying out of it as much as possible.
How much did Jude
Kesh.
heal from the potion?
Hey?
How
All
much
of
did
it.
Jude heal from the potion?
Oh, you're completely back to health, back to full. We need a Trish, not a
Very
Kesh.
good. My bad.
They look the same.
My patches.
Hashtag not all map patch.
I'm sitting on a chair in there. You can see me, right?
No.
No? Oh, great.
No.
Wonderful.
If I bring you in, do you now see two of you?
I-
No,
I
that's
s-
weird. It's very strange. What's going on? Yeah, you just keep not appearing for me.
Ah, I'm on there twice now.
There we go. Don't know what happened there. Maybe it's just being
Yeah,
sluggish.
there we go.
Alright. I see two of me. Which one does everyone else see?
Can you
This
move one of them?
here.
There you
This
go.
one?
That's the one I'm looking at.
Perfect.
Its numbers have now clicked in. There we are. Maybe it's probably just a Roll20 issue.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, it does not succeed in attacking you. So there it is, and now a bunch more popped in. Fucking game.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Map patch swarm!
Suddenly, I'm a wizard.
They all look the same.
Yeah, mirror image.
Yeah, useful ability. Shame she doesn't have it. Okay. Where are you going, Trish?
So many.
There. All right. I wonder if this will work actually. Here's a for frick's sake.
Wait, are you guys still seeing two Trishes?
I
I
am
have
seeing
three.
two Trishes.
There's one directly below Jude, and then there's one next to the window beside the pink jelly bean boy.
Yes, I see both of those.
There's just multiple Trishes now.
Okay. There.
Wonderful.
There's
Stupid.
like one here.
Stupid thing. Okay. I'm going to do a mass roll for initiative. See if that works.
Oh,
Okay. Do, and that. All right. So, Kesh gets to go first. Apologies, audience. That took a little longer than I would have liked. All right, Kesh gets to go first. Kesh doesn't know what to do about this situation. Kesh is like, Mr. Barzan, should we be trying to restrain this thing or something? And he goes, it should be completely benign. This has not happened before. She is Trish. What do you think Kesh would do?
Kesh, I think Kesh would just sort of hang back and see what everyone else is doing, because
Yep,
I think
good.
that's what you would do.
I agree. Helvig, what do? You've just tried to someone's just tried to snip a bit of your belly fur off.
no.
I rolled 21 for the initiative and it's not there.
Let me fix that for you, Jude. There we are. Jude, what do you do?
I stab it.
You stab it. Of course you do.
No. I restrain it.
Ah, you're going to try and use your mighty Jude strength to grapple it?
Dude is strong.
Yeah, all right, make a grapple check. This will be athletics check.
Athletics check.
It is, however, a very large creature. It's actually growing by the second. And you simply aren't able to get your arms around it, Jude, I'm afraid. You sort of grapple one of its legs. I would say you definitely grab onto it, but it doesn't seem inconvenienced by the whole business.
Get off! Don't attack him!
So yeah, you head on over to it, and then it is Helvig's turn.
I'm going to curl up into a ball.
Very well. You are now have an AC of 19.
Yeah. And when it attacks me and misses, it takes damage.
Yeah. Noted. It's now its turn. The thing uses this ability. It uses its foul odor. It tips its head back and cackles maniacally. And from slits down its sides, it emits a poisonous gas that basically fills the entire hut. And persists for 1 minute. Any creature completely within the cloud at the start of its turn must make a con save or be poisoned a bit. That's its turn. And it is going to try and shake Jude off. So Jude, can I get another athletics check that it will oppose?
Okay.
Skill check. Athletics. Yeah, it manages to shake you off its leg.
Ah!
With a 17 or a 20. All right, next is Trish.
I take a deep breath, and
Please make a con save.
I figured. Come on.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. I say, get away from my friend, and I slash it with my short sword. Ah!
It is in base contact with another friend of yours, so you do get sneak attack.
Yeah, I do.
You hit it as well, I believe. Yes.
Ah!
10. Very nice.
Ah!
Yes, it takes damage from your attack. It cops 10 damage on its shoulder as you basically the sword cleaves into the flesh of its shoulder, but the whole thing is faintly glowing purple still as well. And as the gash opens, purple light sort of emits from it, and quite faintly, but still definitely emits. And even as you watch, some of the wound heals back closed again. Do you want to move? Or well, you're in base contact with it, you don't really want to move.
No, I'm staying right here.
Cool, alrighty. Next is Nevermore.
Okay, Nevermore is going to back into the door and try to back out of the doorway, because it looks like I am at the door, correct?
Can I get a con save before you do anything else?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you are at the doorway.
7.
You take some poison. On a failed save, the creature spends its action on the turn retching and reeling. The creatures that are immune to poison are immune to the effect. A moderate wind. So yeah, you spend the turn retching and reeling. Unfortunately, you are rendered completely insensible for
action?
this. Yes, you can still move to get out of the thing, but yeah, you can't do anything else.
I will just fumble with the door as I'm vomiting all over myself and push my way outside, allowing a little bit of air in.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far I can move, but I'll probably stumble off here and then drop down there.
Yep. Well.
That's my turn then.
Very well. Berzon is also going to do a con save. Because he did not expect this to happen. Actually, it's a save. Constitution save. He gets an 18. He is fine. That should think. All right. Berzon is going to. He is going to use Repelling Blast, which is going to. It's actually part of. Where is it? A spell. He is going to cast Eldritch Blast, and basically try to push the thing away. So let's. There we go. A 10. It misses, unfortunately, which is a real shame, because it does a lot of damage. But no, unfortunately, the shot hits the wall and bursts apart. This, unlike Helvig's Eldritch Blast, which are tight clusters of fireflies, this one is a ravening bolt of blue energy. that launches from Burzon's claws. And misses the thing cleanly and says, "Yes, I think possibly we just, I might need a more cooperative spirit. My friends, if we could just dispose of this one quickly." Kesh goes, "Yeah, right, okay." And dashes in and makes a sword attack. Critical hit. Doing
Oh, snap.
8 damage. Yeah, which it doesn't enjoy at all, but very much a similar effect. Like with Trisha's attack, the wound, it definitely does damage, but it doesn't do nearly as much as you'd think. The wound, this one is a disemboweling gash, and it just sort of starts to re-knit almost immediately. Next is Jude.
Nobody hurts Helvig. Jude attacks with stabs. 13.
13. 13 does hit, Jude.
5 points of damage.
Very well. Yeah. Where are you hitting it?
I would like to go for the groin.
Yeah, cool. You do that.
I'm on the floor. He shook me off, so I'm going to stab upwards.
Yeah.
Make a new butthole.
You do that. You give it an uncomfortable new butthole. But the butthole seems to close almost as soon as your sword is withdrawn. Very good muscular control. Helvig, it is your turn.
I first uncurl,
Sure.
and I will gather my fireflies and cast Eldritch Blast at it. Save us, please.
Yeah.
Eldritch
Yeah, please make an Eldritch Blast. Ooh, very good. For 7 force damage. Yes. This appears to do... so these hit it. And like several times else when you've done this, the fireflies appear to be only semi-corporeal. These shoot right through it and strike the opposite wall. It does not appear to have been even touched by them. It doesn't seem to even notice them. In fact, it almost seems to grow larger. It's like its physical presence doesn't expand, but it seems that the world gets smaller around it almost. And it laughs.
Were you able to make an Arcana check on any of that? By chance?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check on that if you like. I think you can do it on your turn. Let's say we can do it.
Yeah,
You
can
do it
I
on your
do
turn.
that? Like,
Yes,
am I
Helvig,
doing
make
a bad? Natural 1.
A natural 1 Arcana would not tell you
I don't know
anything. You
anything.
are panicked. You are absolutely panicked. You are freaking out about this whole situation, which is completely fair.
What's the nearest emergency exit from this hut?
It is right behind the demon.
Oh no.
But to know where your exits are at all times.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm nowhere near an exit.
Oh, there's one right behind Burzon, actually, and one behind Trish.
I run away.
It's a window.
Sorry, Mr. Person, as I try and Mission Impossible dive through this window.
Very well. Make an athletics check, or sorry, an acrobatics check.
Wait,
Whichever is better, athletics or acrobatics. I'll allow either.
Acrobatics is better. 6.
Oh, you're at disadvantage. Remember?
All right, I'm
It's a
tired
skill check.
today.
This is a 3.
I
I'm
hit my
not
face
even
in the
sure
wall.
you make it out the window.
I hit the wall.
You dive for the window, but you miss it, and you actually just hit the wall below the window and fall to the floor. I'm saying I think you're actually out of movement. You could probably get back up, but I don't think you can move anymore.
That's fine. That's my turn.
Cool. Yeah. The demon is pretty dead set on getting to Helvig, actually, it seems. It's going to move away from Trish, incurring an opportunity attack if Trish wants to.
Hell yeah.
It's
Hell yeah.
like it hasn't even looked at anybody else, really.
Okay. I take out my dagger and I go for its face. And my plan is to leave the dagger in there so that the wound can't heal up.
Ah, interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, you definitely hit it. You definitely leave a dagger in it. It's just, I don't think you get sneak attack on opportunity attacks.
Okay.
But it's still 6. And you leave it, you stab it in the head as it walks away, and you leave the dagger in. But as it walks away, the dagger is sort of pushed out of its body again and drops to the ground. It does, the wound still leaks this sort of, really, it's looking quite a sickly purple light now. Doesn't look like a healthy color. It might have been quite vivid and vibrant when it first arrived, but now it's taken on a sort of unhealthy hue to it. And the demon, but because Jude was on the floor, it basically strode over Jude and has not disengaged from Kesh. And it tries to attack Helvig again. It's going to make, it actually gets multi-attack, so it makes 1 bite and 1 claw. It's going to claw at Helvig for 15, which I'm pretty confident hits.
It does not.
It doesn't.
No.
Is your AC
armor-
16?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. And then it is going to bite you when it gets frustrated, and it doesn't manage that either. It seems to be aggravated by its inability to touch you in a meaningful manner.
Buzz off.
Trish, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to move just here and I'm going to fire an arrow.
Very well. You do that. It is definitely sneak attack time. Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's a hit.
And I aim for its throat.
Oh, shit. So Helvig, this thing is sort of leering over you, where once it was maybe a foot taller, it is now easily 3 feet taller. It seems that its head is almost touching the ceiling. Oh yeah, we've forgotten to do an awful lot of con saves. Never mind,
Yeah.
that's fine. Trish, can I get a con save?
All right.
No, fair. Yeah, you're fine. So it takes the arrow. This one does stick in it. This thing is leering over Helvig, and an arrow all of a sudden appears in its neck. You see the arrow point sticking through the neck, and if you look carefully at where the arrow is emerging from the neck, the very material of the it's like a poorly rendered video game. Like, the arrow is sort of shifting within the substance of it. Does that make sense? Can you imagine that? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Hope so. It has taken. It takes more damage. It didn't enjoy that at all, and it sort of hisses, but it doesn't look away from Helvig. Next is Nevermore. Nevermore, you are outside the horrible, noxious fume.
I'll just drag myself back up onto the deck. Now, having probably witnessed some of what's going on by this point in time, I want to use an Arcana check to assess whether or not it has resistances to certain things, or because it seems most stuff is being resisted. So I'd like to make an Arcana check.
I'm pretty confident
for
the
that.
only thing that's being tried is piercing damage.
Weren't there bolts and stuff, like Eldritch bolts and stuff
None
like
of them
that as well?
have hit, except for Helvig's one did, but it didn't appear to do anything. A 10 on the Arcana. You would be aware that some fiends and creatures of other planes don't interact with the material realm particularly well. They tend to be resistant to material damage, non-magical attacks, but you cannot, from a 10, explain why it would be unaffected by Helvig's attack.
Well, I'm going to have a crack anyway. I'm going to shoot a firebolt.
Yep.
And we'll see. Hopefully
Yep.
it doesn't whistle straight through and hit the building and light it on fire. That is a 12. I'm going to use the booster just given to me by Grand Bay.
Grand Bay.
Thank you very much, Grant.
Yeah, roll 1.
There you go.
There you are.
So for 5 points of fire damage
Oh,
to that.
that's, yeah. This thing is just raising its claw to attack again when all of a sudden it takes a blast of fire to its back and bursts into streamers of purple light, which sort of flutter like string confetti down to the ground, where they sort of disappear. They land on the floor and then slowly become less and less corporeal and then disappear completely. And Burzon goes, well, that was a strange one. Honestly, thank you for your help there. I'm a little shocked. The last demon I summoned wouldn't shut up. Oh, well,
You're not very pleased, by the way, if you haven't figured that out.
No, neither am I. It's, don't use toad spleens. Got it. I may admit I may have been a little too ambitious with that summoning. I'll have to adjust my future rituals accordingly. You see, what with the news you brought me this morning, I may have aimed a little higher than last time, hoping for better results by going bigger. Go big to get home, if you will. I'm keen to return to Baldur's Gate, but this is definitely not the solution.
So does that mean you're still going to be here then?
Look, I will certainly try to leave as rapidly as possible, but this may delay my departure. However, I shall not delay my departure from this locale. I shall move. That I think is probably the best course of action.
I think I'd have to agree with you on that. But we'll definitely take the necklace before.
Yes, of course. No, my thanks to all of you for your assistance here. Look, the warning about Crane, I assure you I shall be on the move within the next day. It won't take me long to pack things up here. And hopefully on the way...
Can we take your ocarina?
Sorry?
Can we take your ocarina?
Yes, of course you may. And he takes it off and gives it to Jude, who seems to like it. And he says, with my thanks. He then hands also a pair of potions to Nevermore. He says, a fine shot there, sir. Yes, those creatures, non-magical attacks slow things down, but they don't hurt them nearly as well.
And what do these potions do?
They are potions of healing.
Ah, wonderful.
I thought these would be the most efficacious for your particular skill set.
Wonderful, thank you.
If you have any others that you particularly require and you can bring me the ingredients before I leave, I will happily run you up a few others if you fancy them.
That's quite handy. We'll have to keep that in mind.
Yes. Yes, beyond that, beyond that, you have only my thanks, I'm afraid, for your assistance there. If you don't mind, I shall go about collecting my things. And he goes underneath his bed and removes what would seem to be 4 wooden circles. And he attaches them. He sort of goes over to the shell and heaves one side up and slides 2 onto spokes on the base, and then repeats the process on the other side, making a sort of chariot out of it.
Cool.
and then he wheels it outside and starts going between the house and the cauldron and putting things in the cauldron. And he says,
We'd best be on our way then, I suppose.
yes, I think at this point it would be a good time to have a break.
Mm-hmm. Here.
So we shall give a 10-minute break, say 5-10-minute break, and we shall rejoin chat in a little while. Gosh, we've got quite a few people watching. Have we had a raid by anybody?
I don't think we have. I think it's just people have been coming back for
People
more.
Have been coming back for more soft gap. Chat, how are we going? Are we enjoying ourselves? Chat, tell us your favorite bits so far. We will be looking for favorite bits at the end, so keep your notes up to date because I want to hear them. I love hearing everybody's favorite bits in chat. And we will go for a quick break, and we shall return shortly for more soft gap. And good afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are, whatever you are, whoever you are. Welcome back to Roll for Damage and the Humblewood campaign of Flocks and Fire. Welcome back to episode 4. I came here to dissect toads and eat muffins, and I'm all out of spleens.
It's a long name.
It is a long name, but worth every second of it. Greetings, chat. How are we? Did we have a nice break? Soft gaps galore. Okay, so shit got real a couple of times. We're all okay now. Berzon of the Swamp is packing his shit up and putting it into a makeshift snail shell chariot thing. As he heads outside, Jude, you watch him as he performs a ritual that is very clearly a paladin ritual. And he makes a series of very complicated arcane gestures to the ground, the sky, and the swamp. And then emerging from the swamp comes out it's sort of like a horse would be the closest thing you've ever seen to it. But it's scaled like a lizard. It's about the size of a horse. It's sort of like, we're a dragon the shape of a horse, the shape and size of a horse, but it doesn't have wings. And for a head, the head is more like a frog's.
Would you say that it used to call me on a cell phone? Drake? No?
No.
It's not a Drake? Okay, sorry.
He says, oh no, this is a wormling.
Is it going to attack us?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a
ready
very
with a
valid
sacred
question.
flame.
That is a
No.
valid question.
Please do
Yeah.
not. Please do not. His name is Kevin.
Is
And
it the size of a horse that Barzan could ride?
yes, he says no. That's I just cast a spell called Find Steed.
Hilda's never
hope-
seen a horse. It's so pretty.
Yes, he is, and the thing. It doesn't trot. It doesn't have hooves, but it sort of. It walks. But I'm trying to think of the term that a dragon would use to walk. It doesn't.
Galumph, perhaps.
Galumph.
Galumph.
Yeah.
Galumph.
It actually does sort of galumph. It perambulates like a frog does. It doesn't. It more like a rabbit or a frog. It hops, but in a relatively smooth manner. It does not look like it would be comfy to ride. But it sort of galumphs over. It flollops. There's a word. That is a Douglas Adams word for the way a mattress moves around a swamp. It flollops towards Berzan, who strokes one of its eye ridges in a friendly manner, and it licks his hand with a tongue the size of a naan bread.
You didn't know that horses have scales. That's fun.
This is not a horse, my friend. This is a wormling. It's similar to, and I use him in a. He is my steed, my noble steed. Are you not, Kevin? And Kevin sort of nuzzles his master's hand affectionately.
What's its favorite food? Bacon?
No. Wormlings are vegetarian. quite conveniently. And also, as this one is somewhat this one is, you can tell from looking at it, given that you've had a decent amount of time to look at it, nevermore, this one is ethereal. This one is a fey creature. It is a summoned creature and therefore does not need to eat.
Noted. Well, I mean, we should probably be on our way at this point in time.
Yes. My friends, it was a pleasure and an honor meeting all of you. I wish you well on your journeys, your travels. Yes, Jude.
Mr. Burzarn, sir, it
Yes?
was very nice to meet the fellow paladin.
Burzarn actually takes a step back from you, Jude, and puts his feet, he just sort of snaps his heels together in a very sharp fashion, and then bends deeply at the waist to you. This is clearly a show of respect. And you as well, my...
Oh no!
I never talked to Jude before.
Something tells me, my young friend, that one day many will bow to you. He takes the ocarina, which I assume is around Jude's neck at this point. He pulls it away and goes and blows one final doot into it. Then he gets into his giant snail shell chariot, which the wormling Kevin sort of positions itself in the spokes, not the spokes, the sticks that stick out from the front of a chariot that a horse.
The fronty-majig, I believe it is.
I'm not overly au fait with chariots, and sort of gets lashed in and everything, and then he says, Burzarn turns to you and says, "Until next time, my friends. Kevin, away!" And Kevin plows on into the swamp. The shell is apparently a very good thing for traversing a swamp in, because wherever there is ground for the wheels to work on, the wheels work. But where there isn't, the shell sort of just floats. And Kevin is apparently just as good at swimming as he is at walking. Kevin. So, you return, presumably.
Yes, most definitely and swiftly, because it's disgusting out here.
It is.
Somebody else lead the way back. I got us lost the first time. I admit it. Fine, I admit it.
Cash goes, "Look, you did your best. I probably wouldn't have been able to do any better, but I've got a pretty good memory of where I've got a pretty good idea of where we are, and given the sun's position, if we go directly that way, we'll be back in under an hour."
All right, lead the way, Cash.
Do we still look like dirty and messed up?
Oh, absolutely, and it's only going to get worse.
Okay.
Just embrace the filth, guys. It's easier that way.
I was just gonna say that maybe we should stay filthy, just so we can say like, oh, we definitely fought the thing.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
you implying that we're going to lie?
I mean,
Cash goes,
yes,
yeah?
we have
we,
to.
we were always gonna lie.
That was the plan.
Oh, I'm not good with lying.
Kesh says, actually, can I make a suggestion?
Go for it.
What's that?
The best lies are actually a truth. We say he is gone now, or something along those lines. Something that,
Taken care of.
yeah, dealt with. And we say it in a really like menacing fashion, like we relished every second of it. Like, oh, he was dealt with. And then you show him the ocarina. The guy knows that we were sent out here to kill him. We come back. We imply strongly that we have killed him. And we show the proof.
Let's just say I made a new butthole.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
You don't have to lie. All you have to do is tell a truth that matches up the thing that they want to believe.
I think that's still lying.
Sure.
It's misleading
Think of it
rather
this
than
way.
dead set lying. And then
It's
she
better
whispers.
if I don't talk, to be honest. I'm just going to...
That seems
Um,
best.
And she leans into Helvig's ear and she's like, what, do you want to get away with it or not?
Think of it this way, guys.
Okay.
It's a victimless crime, all right? Everyone worked out happy and alive and got what they wanted, so there's no problem here.
Exactly. And because ultimately, I mean, yeah, the whole point was that Berzan leaves. Guy
And
doesn't
we
want
did
Berzan
that.
here, and Berzan's gone.
Yeah.
And Berzan wanted
Okay.
to live, which Berzan also gets.
I understand the
I-
justification. It's just I suck at lying. That's all I was saying.
That's fair. That's
I'm,
fair.
I'm horrible at it.
It's not a bad thing to be bad at.
True.
Cool. So in about an hour of less heated conversation, now that everybody's on their same page.
Dude has played the ocarina the entire journey.
Yep.
Corner.
It's really starting to get tiring. You're probably very glad that Jude is not going to be allowed to keep it.
Aw, why not?
Because he wants to destroy it.
We'll get you one when we get to the main city.
Really?
Up Nevermore!
And Kesh goes, really? And Nevermore goes, no.
I don't think it's
Cool.
a real instrument here.
But I'm getting really good at it.
So you've got wonderful
Yep.
wind.
So yeah, you get back, and Alexander is waiting at the gates, and says, good, you're back. Great. How'd it go?
He is
Took care of
taken
it.
care of.
Great, fantastic. Cool. So I really feel bad about this, but you know the drill, Kesh, right? And Kesh goes, oh yeah, no, that's all good. She gives the sword back to Trish.
Kesh just like not now, because Kesh really has proved themselves.
And
be
Alexander
honest.
says, I'm really sorry. Like, I assume you guys are leaving this afternoon. It's probably about 1 in-the-afternoon.
Okay.
But we're
And he
taking
goes-
Cash with us.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was the deal.
Yeah.
Yes. Wonderful.
So
Okay.
it's literally she's just going to hang out with me at the stockade until you guys
Sure.
come back from seeing Waldron.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Wonderful.
Okay.
And Cash goes, I'm on board, guys. In fact, I would super love to say goodbye to your kid. And
Aw.
and yeah.
Yes, they're going
And
to
Alexander goes, yeah, we can probably manage that. So yeah, they go and say and do their thing, and he says, yeah, Waldron's in his office. So I presume you go there.
fun hanging out, Cash.
And Kesh goes, you're weird. You're funny, but weird. And Alexander goes, what? Why would that be weird? And she's like, because you're married. And he goes, oh yeah, no, that is true. I am, yes. and not to her as a point. And they walk away. And you presumably go to Waldron Crane's.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do that.
You do that. Cool. So yeah, he's waiting in his office, and he's like, yes, come in. Is it? And he opens the door, and it's like, quick, come in. And clank, clank, crunch, crunch, whir, scrank, noise,
Scrank.
scrank.
Whew,
It's
that's
a
a new
word.
one. I
I'm
like that one.
Good at these words.
Yeah, it's like you are quite good at them. Glooping and scranking and
Scranking and flopping.
flopping.
My vocabulary is very big. I have all the best words. So yeah, and the sound goes dead, like you're hiding underneath a blanket, but you're not. You're in a room, and he says, "So how'd it go?"
It went very well. We
Brilliant.
took care of him.
Jude, can I get you to make a deception check with advantage?
Okay.
This is an eloquent lie. Nailed it. Nailed
Jude
it.
is good at lying.
Yeah. Turns out. Yeah, he goes, fantastic, excellent. And he says, may I have the item? And it's not a look of like, oh, I want that. It's I want to see this dealt with. And he sort of, with 3 claws, just sort of takes it out of your hands and says, this foul thing must be dealt with. And he goes over to his fireplace and stokes it a bit. He says, what?
I cover Jude's mouth.
And he throws the ocarina into the fire. And is anybody watching carefully? I assume Jude is, but Jude is also struggling to not because she's being muffled. He's being muffled.
I'm probably watching.
Yeah,
Okay.
given it's one of the rare times that Nevermore's actually silent, I'll definitely will be paying attention.
All right, perception checks from you two then, please. Helvig and Jude are busy with their whole thing.
I let go of Jude's mouth because Jude licked it and it tickled.
Yeah. Nevermore, you definitely spot this. Yeah, so does Trish. Yeah, you do see a small puff of purple light as the thing goes up.
Interesting.
And you hear a satisfied from Waldron, and says, "Well done, well done." So I believe the agreed sum was 70 gold for your services over the last 2 days. And he gets out 70 gold pieces and hands them in just puts the sack down on his desk. It's he's on the other side of his desk, so anybody is welcome to pick it up. And he says, and of course, the most important thing, a letter of introduction to the magistrates and the council at Alderheart.
Ah, yes.
This should get you through several layers of red tape rapidly.
Do you have a waterproof scroll case that we could perhaps put that in?
He says, "Oh, yes, of course," and
Thank you.
sort of digs around and finds one and says, "There you are. Yes, there."
Wonderful. And I will take it and I will put it in my robe and firmly secure it to myself. Jude?
You do
Jude?
that.
Jude?
Yes. What? What?
No muffins in the case.
I didn't do anything.
Cool. All right. Well, he says, I believe our business here is concluded. Once again, thank you very much for the assistance with my niece, and then the assistance with the other thing. And
You are
crank.
beyond welcome.
Ah, thank you very much. And he crank, clunk, clunk, and flollop, and the door unlocks, and the sound in this room returns to normal. He says, I believe you are not you're planning on leaving this afternoon. And I don't desire you gone from my town, of course, but I believe you have a fairly reasonably important engagement in Alderheart. So I
Yes,
bid you...
fire and death.
Yes, fire and death, exactly. So I bid you good day and fair travels, my friends.
All right.
Bye.
Farewell to you, and thank you for the multiple distractions.
Good night.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then he returns to work, and you are free to leave. Is there anything else you want to do before you leave?
Power nap.
Power nap, as in a short rest.
Yes. Also because I am exhausted, so
I am fine with basically the last 20 minutes of roleplay counting as a short rest. You weren't
Yeah.
doing anything strenuous, wandering
Yeah.
around a town. Yeah. So you can burn a hit dice if you like, and you can. I don't think anybody actually took any damage from the demon,
No.
did they? No.
No.
I tried.
I vomited all over myself. That was
You
about
did,
it.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I presume prestidigitated that clean
Oh,
as
of
well.
course. Yeah.
If I could learn one spell,
Oh, 100% prestidigitation.
yeah,
Definitely.
like Mage Hand, sure, to be able to scratch between your shoulder blades, but
Oh.
other than that, like,
Yep.
or adjust yourself when you've been sitting down too long, but you're in polite company.
wow, I will never
Chat,
think of
what
Mage
would
Hand
you
the same
use?
again.
What chat? If you could have one spell from the lexicon, what would it be and why? It's a good one. Yeah, if I can get Veg to sort of keep a record of them, I'd like to see the best one. Prestidigy is the best spell in 5e. Yes, yeah. Thaumaturgy, obviously good. Druidcraft would be fun. I wouldn't mind having Druidcraft. But yeah, something along the Thaumaturgy, Druidcrafty, Prestidigitation, sort of zone. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I mean, other than just having some inter-character conversations, that's about
Feel
it,
free.
really.
Well,
Yeah.
so Eliza actually approaches you as you come out because you're on the market square and says,
Ah,
you are prepared to leave now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perhaps you would be interested in my accompanying you. Would this be once again for mutual companionship or possibly protection? If any more protection is required, obviously I pay you for it.
do you have muffins?
I do not have muffins.
That is my payment. I require muffins.
Muffins, I believe I can do. She's in the process of packing up her cart, and she looks over at the basically the stall holder right next door, which is a raptor, who is in the process of actually packing up for lunch. But they appear to do mainly baked goods. She turns to the raptor and says, Bazareth, would you mind, can I get, I don't know, a baker's dozen of some muffins you are having there? And Bazareth says, okay, sure, here you go. She pays for it, and Bazareth says, there you are. And he's obviously listened to the entire conversation, so he puts 3 of them in front of Jude and then gives the rest to Eliza. Your payment, and I have the rest of your payment here if you want it.
Dankeschön.
Bitteschön. You are from... of course you are knowing some of my language. So...
Yeah.
All mein Herr, eine Wille nachher willkommen.
Ich kann nur ein kleines bisschen Deutsch sprechen.
All right, you guys can stop swearing
I
now.
weep, for I know not what they are saying.
Basically just expressed that she only speaks a little
It's
bit
like
of German.
Trish and Kesh talking in bloody Mapatch. Same thing.
I don't appreciate your tone there, Nevermore.
Well, sorry, not bloody Mapatch.
I assume you are speaking more than another one language as well. You're quite a learned individual. What other languages do you speak?
Ah, that is a wonderful question. I speak...
I was going to say, I believe you are polygamous?
Yes,
Polyamorous?
yes.
What is the word?
Something like that.
Amorous, I think.
Lingo?
Apparently, I just realized that I speak Elvish and I speak Infernal.
Infernal could perhaps be useful, but Elvish fairly useless. You can pick
Yeah,
a
I
different
figured
language
that.
instead.
Yeah, I will have to do. I'll do that after the game.
Yeah.
But,
Cool.
Well,
Sorry, yes, Trish?
friends, it seems we have 70 gold coins, and that doesn't really divide evenly among 5. So I think we're gonna have a nice big lunch before we set off. Just
What do
to
you mean?
get rid of the
70
excess.
Divides by 5 quite easily.
I'm bad at math.
And Eliza,
I
who's
want
very good at
lunch,
math, goes,
Helvig.
I believe it's
14
Oh,
gold?
sorry,
Yeah.
14 each, yeah?
Yeah.
Listen, I want lunch.
How about we make it
hungry.
13 each? Oh, I'm sure he'll probably buy us lunch. The mayor again, Waldron.
And Eliza goes, and as I understood it, I heard him say yesterday that your stay here is on him.
I was just trying to find a clever way to say, let's eat some food. I fought a beast that didn't take any damage from my arrows, and I'm still salty about that. I need to eat about it.
It take damage from your arrows. I think, like, my fireflies made it bigger, Trish.
Eliza goes, wow, you guys have had an adventure. I
We're
would be
going to
keen
eat.
to join you for lunch. Shall we go for lunch?
Yes, eating,
Let's
we're
go for
eating,
lunch.
we're eating. That's a good idea, yes.
Sure. Let us go for lunch. So Eliza joins you for lunch because her cart is now packed up, and she thought we were going, but apparently not.
We could get the takeaway.
No,
Where
I'm liking
to
this
go?
pub. She says, I am liking this pub's ambiance. This is fine. And she actually gets herself a large tankard of ale.
Hey, Trish.
Yes.
Do you remember how you said you would owe me a favor?
Oh, I did say that, didn't I? Ugh.
Are you ready for the favor, Trish?
Oh, I guess. What is
I
it?
want you to tell us all about yourself.
That's a pretty big favor, Nevermore.
Not really. I talk about myself all the time, Trish.
But you enjoy it so much.
I know. Go on.
Yeah?
It's a pretty good favor if you think about it. I'm not asking you to scratch my feet or carry my bag for a week or lay down and let me step over you in the bog. All I'm asking
Happens to
is
do.
all I'm asking is the truth and everything about who you are. Because it's interesting. We've got to know who we are. Helvig's going to get that next.
Ooh, we
Helvig.
What?
22 questions.
Does Helvig owe you a favor as well?
I don't
Well,
think you
no.
owe me a favor, Nevermore.
No. But it's just nice to know who you're traveling with.
It
That's
is.
all.
Yeah.
And I feel like out of
Yes.
everybody, Trish, you've been the most close-mouthed about it all. So please.
Eliza does say, it does sort of, she puts one paw on Trish's shoulder and says, and I feel it is worth pointing out that some people who are closed about the backstory have perhaps some reason for it. But I'm sure that Trish can tell us some things of her backstory, just maybe not the bits that she doesn't want to tell. No one is forcing you.
I'm not.
my dear.
Well, I mean, of course, you don't have to say everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you last time you shat, for example.
That's a strange example, and not really part of a backstory.
Hmm.
Unless
What
it was
is your
like
favorite
June. What is your
Okay.
favorite color?
Oh, can I guess? Mashed potato white.
I think green.
It's a tie between the green of my shirt and the yellow of butter.
Butter. Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Listen, I will tell you a little more about myself if you promise not to be too judgmental, because it's not a
Look.
past I'm particularly proud of.
Look at who's sitting directly next to you, Kesh. How have I treated Kesh recently?
Cash is at the
Cash is
stockade.
not-
Okay,
Yeah.
look, no.
Cash is
Look who would
not-
be sitting directly next to you if they were out of the stockade.
Eliza looks at Trish and then looks at herself and says,
Huh.
"What?
I've
What's wrong
treated
with
Kesh
me?"
with respect, and Kesh is a bandit,
And
or
I
was a bandit. So
I
Yeah.
appreciate the way you've treated Kesh, because if I'm being honest, we didn't meet in this town. I've known her for a little while. When I was younger, I grew up in a small town, and everyone there was very nice, and it was very pleasant, but nothing ever happened, and I was just bored. Which sounds so stupid, but I wanted excitement. I wanted to get out and do something thrilling. So I joined the Bandit Coalition. And I was with them for a little while, but I didn't like the things they were asking me to do. I didn't feel good about it. So, after a year or so, I left. I didn't tell anyone when I was leaving. I just packed my things and left in the middle of the night. And I don't know how they feel about that. And that's why I've been so quiet, because I'm not particularly proud of the things I've done, but I want to make amends. There! Favor done!
I bury myself
Are
in
you
my
happy
food.
now?
I'm going to hop up from the table. I'm going to walk around the table, and I'm going to lean down and give Trish a hug. And it's kind of awkward.
I
Yeah.
hug
And then I'll
back.
go sit back
It's a bit
down.
awkward,
Yeah.
but I appreciate it.
Eliza looks over at you and says, "That must have been hard. Well done."
So
Thanks.
all this time, you probably did know about my father then. Quite well.
Yes. Yes, I
Hmm.
do.
I see. Yeah. There you go. Well, I mean, you are you. You are you, and you've done what you've done, and now you are you.
This is wise. I am thinking this is very
Yep.
wise. It is hard to judge. You should never judge, as my father always said, you should never judge a person until you have walked a mile in their shoes. At which point you are a mile away, but you have their shoes.
Wow. My father definitely did not give me that as one of the rules. I can tell you right now.
The number of shoes I have acquired.
You had plenty of shoes. You had plenty of shoes. You didn't need other people's shoes.
If I were to
Um,
steal shoes, I would probably run with them, not walk, but that's just me.
Well, that's for the first mile. After that, then obviously they probably realize you're not coming back.
Oh.
And Eliza says this with an obvious grin as well. Just sort of like, I'm playing around here, guys. Come on.
Since
I
we're all
haven't stolen
sharing-
anyone's shoes.
Since
Yeah?
we're all sharing, Helvig,
I sneak
you got
away.
anything you want to share? Want to share anything with everybody?
If Helvig wants to sneak away, he is welcome to make a stealth check.
I try and.
You are still at disadvantage.
I'm so tired.
It
I
feels
think
good
almost
to
a better
share.
dodge would be fall asleep. Or at least pretend to be asleep.
7.
Yeah, you probably are noticed fairly easily.
I go to stand up as if I'm gonna give the waiter my thingy, my food,
Plate?
my plate. Yep.
Butter?
I'm tired in real life too, apparently.
Still not willing to talk. Fair enough.
What? Sorry.
Nevermore, you shouldn't press people. There are things I have not told you either.
What haven't
what
you
is
told
that?
us, Jude? Yeah, what? I'm
Nothing.
curious.
I said nothing.
What are you
Eliza,
hiding, Jude?
Let's go to the.
No, Jude, what are you hiding? Jude, what are you hiding?
No.
Do you want to know? I'll tell you one of my secrets if you tell me one of yours.
oh, I will be making this deal.
Oh, do I get to listen in?
Helvig, go away.
Oh, okay.
This is a sharing party, and you're not sharing, so
I can share.
okay, share then.
Oh no, I cornered myself.
That's some very fine reverse psychology there, Nevermore. Well
I
done.
know. haha.
You must have a high intelligence.
Yes, I do.
Honestly, sharing feels good, guys. I feel like a weight's been lifted from my shoulders.
Do you want some more mashed potatoes?
I
Yes.
Can we get some more mashed potatoes, please?
Yeah, a burly servant just sort of comes over. And basically, he's holding just this large bowl and going around just dumps another ladle full of it on Trish's plate.
Thank you so much.
Butter's in the middle of the table.
I'm well aware.
That's usually on the chair. Anyway. Sorry.
I mean, I can't judge. I made a dad joke less than 3 minutes ago, so yeah, all right.
True.
Nevermore.
Helvig, are you going to share? And I say this as the DM, putting you under no obligation to do so. But if you
Yes.
don't want to, you do need to think of another thing to do.
Yes, I have a thing.
Very well.
Before I do anything, I wanna ask, what do you think a hero is like?
You have asked the right person. See, my father's a hero.
Yeah.
Lazarus, brave? Well, I don't know, actually. See, I've only ever had his accounts of what happens, and he comes across as incredibly brave, but for all I know, he's not. But,
I think that a hero makes his own journey. My father was also a very big man, and he was a hero in my village. But he was also a terrible person. And when when Mama died, he stopped talking to me. So I think that a hero is not their title, but what is in their heart.
Look over at Trish.
I think a real hero is someone who acts not for themselves, but for the people around them, for their friends and for the community. Someone who looks out for others more than themselves. That's what a hero is.
See, that's what I think. But from what Nevermore and Jude is saying, it sounds like heroes are terrible people.
No, I think that heroes are good people. I just think that good people give bad people good names. You know? People are very misleading.
I come from this place called the Thicket Spree, and the plants there and the grow thorns, and it's pretty terrible. And I have a thing called a hive heart, and I'm trying to, because a hero was supposed to get it from our village, but they never came. So maybe they stuck somewhere and I have to give it to them. And I don't know who I'm looking for. And when we're traveling, I feel like maybe they shouldn't have it.
Why aren't you the one that's supposed to have it?
Oh, I mean, I'm from there. The hero was supposed to come to the village. That's not... I was born there, Nevermore.
That's fair. Good logic.
Still, I think you've been pretty heroic. I haven't known you very long, but everything I've seen you do, I think you're very heroic.
I've killed a bunch of things, Trish.
But you were doing it to help people and to
And-
protect your friends.
And Gerald? That frog was Gerald.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty awesome. I'm sorry.
But he also ate me, so
Eliza, who is just in the middle of taking a sip from a pint. So wait, hang on.
yes,
You're
I
wanting-
was swallowed by a frog. But Helvig, you saved my life. I'd be dead right now.
This would describe a hero, yeah?
Yeah.
Agreed.
None of
Heroes,
us.
heroes are quite famously murderous.
Okay, don't put it like that, though.
I
But
shriek
no,
into
it's
my
not-
chair.
It's not untrue, though. You are thinking of who would you describe as hero? We are talking about Lazarus here as hero. He is a murderer, as in he has killed many people. I mean,
Definitely. Lots and lots.
Nevermore would not dispute, neither would Lazarus. Jude, your father, he is hero, perhaps, yeah? How many?
Maybe not the best examples there.
Well, but also think of heroes in history. Who are we thinking of as a hero? How many, they kill not necessarily nice people. And this is, I think, the difference. Murder is itself, bad. But if somebody is doing things that are bad for other people, then, and there is no reasoning with them, there is no stopping them, they are short of killing.
I mean, the other thing you have to remember as well, Helvig, is, as Jude pointed out, Jude was kind of eaten.
Yeah.
And as you and Trish said, a hero is somebody who puts others first and does courageous things. And I know you are really the last one that would ever want to harm anything, really. And the fact that you put that aside for somebody else.
It's a very good point. I think there is your motivation coupled with how much you enjoy it. If you're a killer and you enjoy it, maybe you're not a good person. If you're a killer, you don't like it, you're doing it because you have to. You do it to save others, you do it to protect people. That is perhaps a hero.
Helvig, can I tell you a story?
Please do. That
I
was DM, not Eliza.
I have a spine chill in the spot from the last time I had a motivational story by Jude.
You gave me a natural Eliza moment.
Yes.
This is a very good story, and it also is a little bit about me. I am, as you know, did not have very nice brothers. And one particular night, I had a very bad time, and that is how I got this little cut in my ear. And I was crying when I fell asleep, and I had a dream about having a group of friends. And it was a very lovely dream. So I wanted to make it real. I wanted to be the hero that I was in that dream. A real Mighty Mouse, like Gaspard. So I stole one of my brother's uniforms and I left without telling anyone. And I went to a boat. I took the wrong boat a few times, but then I got on the boat with you guys. And I made the friends that I had dreamed about. So I do think that you are a hero, because that is what I dreamed that I would find. And now we're making really good memories, and I don't think as much about all the bad things before that.
Thanks, Jude. So do you think then that that dreams can be real?
Yes, I think that some of them can be, because I get a few dreams from Gaspard, my hero that I worship. But I also have dreams about flying baboons, so I don't think all dreams are real. It's just the ones that really stick with you that are.
Agreed.
Okay. Thanks.
Would you like a muffin?
Yes, please. I'd love a muffin right
Okay.
now.
I have a special chocolate chippy one for you.
Thank you.
Look at us, all bonding, everybody sharing. Isn't this wonderful?
Also, Jude is a girl.
What?
Wait, what? What?
Oh.
Really? Oh, haha.
Huh?
Well, thank you for letting us know, Jude.
Why have you let us call you he all this time?
Do you want to be called a he?
What's the deal?
Is it-
I wanted people to think that I was a guard member like my family. There aren't any female Gerbine guards, so
Well, there haven't been until now.
now there is.
Correct. You are a little Gerbine guard.
I am a Mighty Mouse.
And it doesn't matter that you're female. Despite what your family might think, everybody else knows better than them. Plus, your family are shit.
Yeah,
That's
they're
true, they are.
terrible.
This is
They
that.
are
But
very terrible.
let us not load too hard on the Jude's family. Perhaps there is nice things. Perhaps.
My mom was really nice.
Yeah.
She sang a lot. But they told me that I was the reason she died. So.
All right. Perhaps they're not so nice. I am. Yeah.
That's
They
rough.
were
Dude.
wrong, Jude. You're not.
It is.
Yeah.
It is good that you have gone on your own way and you have found your. Sometimes I have heard it also said that the family is friends are a family you can choose, and I think you are doing that. This is good. Well, my friends, Prost. And she raises a cup and
Prosh.
does a cheers, and the rest of the meal completes itself. And you head out around 2:00 in the afternoon. You make decent time. Kesh is relinquished onto your custody relatively easily. The only person who seems keen for her to stay is a small white fluff ball that is Alexander's daughter. And she, after one last sort of little face, I'm gonna discuss it. Then Kesh accompanies you on the road and is all G. The first evening rolls around, and by this point, you guys have been traveling with Eliza for, well, at least, but I think it's 3 days now. She's become, like, she hasn't obviously gone on all the adventures with you, but you've shared a bit of bloodshed, and you've seen some stuff with her, and so you've settled into a bit of a routine, and I'd like you guys to describe to me the routine. The sort of is there a particular order in which you travel? Is there do people walk alongside each other? Like how does it all work on an average day walking from one place to another? What does it look like? Is there generally chatting, or is it fairly quiet? Is there humming? Is there things that people did in the first place that irritated other people, and conversations were had about that? Like, yeah, things like that.
Jude sings songs and tells stories every day.
I think Eliza would sing songs from Jude's homeland as well, because that's where she's from too. So she would sing, and she and Jude would compare notes on. Do you know this one? Have you heard this one?
No.
And Jude doesn't know very many songs, so Eliza would possibly teach Jude a couple of songs from their homeland.
Ooh.
Anybody else? How would Cash is obviously new to the train and would fit herself in. Probably she'd just hang out with Trish, to be honest. What would the other guys do?
I would be at the back. Force of habit from like when we're in tight enclosed spaces,
Mhm.
and just so that people don't run into my quills when I just suddenly stop for some reason. I would stay rather quiet and just like taking in Jude and Eliza's songs. And if there's like any bugs that's annoying anyone, I just tell them to like please like not annoy people.
Aww.
Sure, lovely. Trish.
I think I walk just behind Jude and listen to the songs and see if I can pick them up and join in eventually, and just join in with any chit chat.
Yeah, lovely. Nevermore.
I'll just be prestidigitating myself, mending anything that I notice that's wrong, and I'll be looking for new pristine feathers on my body as I walk along to pluck and to add to my spell time for spells. So all my very best pristine feathers get stuck on my spell book and used to cast spells. So I'll be doing that. In addition to that, I will be ensuring that Jude's muffins are rationed. So knowing that Jude will be complaining about muffins if there are no muffins, I will try my very best to explain to Jude that you need to have maybe just a little bit of muffin, now, and then you can have a little bit later, and then a little bit after that, instead of all now and then none later. Do you understand that?
Plus, you just ate a very large lunch.
Yes.
You have hidden muffins in the cart and in different places that you do not know of.
Well, the ones in my bag are going to be rationed.
You look in your bag, you don't find muffins.
Ah, damn it. I ate the bag ones first. Smart. And at some point, as I'm walking along beside Trish and Kesh as well, so, I mean, you two are friends, right, from before? So
Sure.
You're understanding that we're taking you towards somewhere to potentially be prosecuted and...
Yep.
I mean, how do you two feel about that, honestly?
Kesh would give a relatively meaningful look at Trish and say, look, it's a fair cop, but society is to blame. What I did was wrong, and I'm gonna serve my time for it, I guess. I'm not happy, but I acknowledge that I shouldn't have done what I did.
Can I speak to Kesh in Mapatch real quick, even though it's very rude?
Like you can definitely, if it's something that would have been said prior, because I actually have something that Kesh would have said to you at some point in the travels.
You guys can go ahead and do that, because then I'm a bit of dive back in.
Like as soon as Kesh got the opportunity on this travel, she actually would have said to Trish, and I even wrote it down. Hey, so again, I appreciate the heck out of your sticking your neck out for me. But I just wanted to check, am I going to Alder Heart and Chains? Because it's okay, I guess. But if there was another possibility, we did talk about something else, perhaps?
Did. And
Yeah.
I was just waiting for the right time for me to be standing guard and let you sort of...
Yeah, okay, so...
Same page?
Yeah, so the note is, I'm going to Alder Heart. I'm not happy, but I am content with the situation.
Yes.
Got it.
So I guess fast forwarding back to the conversation,
Yeah.
I will lean down and I will say, I can't see very well in the dark, Kesh. And then I'm just going to drop back and say nothing more.
Okay.
And Kesh then mutters to Trish and Mapatch, that guy. Are you dead set sure he's Lazarus's son?
He keeps telling everyone that, but
Yeah.
maybe he takes after his mother.
Oh, Nevermore just got a nat 20 from George Peter.
Woo!
That's my mate, Pinos. How you going, Pinos? Good to see you, buddy. That's his actual, you'll see it. It'll pop up. It was
Amazing.
Pinoster. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you very much for your girthy penis.
Yeah.
What?
No.
I think that's a yep.
Leave it.
Continue.
Light
Keep
on.
going. Just
we
keep moving.
we go past that. Thank you, the girthy penis. We will continue. Good job. That'll be fun. So I just heard a laugh from 2 rooms away because there was a slight delay on the chat. I do love thanking a girthy penis. Okay. Is there any other things? Yes, Jude.
Jude would like to spend some time with Helvig at the back of the cart. When Jude is not singing, Jude would like to tell Helvig stories of dreams that Jude has had, or some fun things in Jude's past,
Yes.
or little tales that Jude has heard, like the one about the the Gerbine and the tortoise.
Oh.
Mhm.
I would ask how many of those dreams have come true, or are symbols for something else that's happened.
These are
out of
just fun
curiosity.
stories. They're to cheer you up.
Right.
He smiles. His clothes are down. He's kind of feeling mushy.
Sure. Lovely. All right. Well, you get to your campsite that evening. You make camp. You have dinner. What is the watch rotation for the evening? Eliza and Trish and actually, Kesh says, like, I'm happy to stand a watch, but I feel like that's sort of not the point.
Yeah, it's probably best if you didn't.
So, yeah, Eliza and Trish say they are the two with night vision. So Eliza says, I'll happily stand the first night watch.
And I'll go after Eliza.
Okay, yeah. Who would? So I imagine there's a first watch, and then me, and then Trish, and then two more afterwards.
I'll go last.
Last,
Oh.
okay.
I can go first.
Sure.
Disclaimer, I'm pretty tired, but I can
That's-
go. And
yeah.
I can just rest afterwards. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
plan.
This is a good idea. Yeah. Jude, I will. Trish will be waking you up, okay?
Okay.
And then you wake up Nevermore. All right. Well, we are sleeping now. And Eliza is out. She is like, she can sleep anywhere, and apparently very rapidly. She goes, well, pleasure. Does anything happen during the night?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. All right, go for it, Trish.
So I wake up Kesh when I'm sure everyone's fast asleep.
Ash was not asleep. Yes.
This is the time if you want to escape.
He
You want
goes,
to tie you?
Hey.
Is
Yeah.
she-
Yeah.
I
You actually
unchain her.
notice she is not tied up.
Oh, good.
she was like, thanks. You get the distinct impression she could have left at any point she wanted to. She says, she rubs her wrists, and then she takes your paws in hers and goes, thanks.
Anytime. Take care of yourself.
You too. I'll maybe see you around.
I hope so.
But I'm not going to tell you where I'm going.
Probably for the best.
And you share a chuckle quietly, and then she fucks off.
Okay.
So the next person who wakes up will be Jude. And Trish, how do you wake up Jude?
I gently press her shoulder until she wakes up.
Oh, it's so nice to not have to worry about misgendering Jude.
It's your time for the watch.
Oh, okay.
Ash got away from me. I don't know what happened. Yes, I do. I let her go.
Okay. Oh, do you want me to say that I lost her? Because everyone already blames me anyway. And
No,
you
no.
don't want to have like the friend thing blame you, right?
I appreciate that, but this was all me, and I don't want you taking the blame for something I did.
But I also can't see in the dark, so it would be a really convincing lie.
True, but I don't want to lie to my friends.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Night.
When Jude wakes up Nevermore, I'd just like to see what happens. Great
Shit.
opportunity for Jude to
Shit.
get stabby.
Jude! Think your actions through. Think your actions through. Come on, Jude. Come on, Jude.
Jude would like to lick his forehead.
You know, they say the element of great comedy is that you say the last thing the audience expects. I would say you nailed it there, AJ. Your forehead has been licked, Nevermore.
It's licking me. What the hell? Why did you just shake me like a normal person? You don't have to lick me. Did I have muffin on my head? Is that why?
Oh?
Yes.
All right.
No, that's just the most logical way to wake someone up.
Lord, is that how you woke up your siblings and everything?
No,
Is everybody in your household just walking around licking each other?
No, they licked me. But no, I would never wake up my brothers. I don't want to be,
There.
yes.
So is there anything to report, or it's all good?
Oh, no, nothing happened. I go to sleep.
It's okay. And I will just sit down and kind of peer around, and it'll probably take me about half an hour to figure out. I'll just be
she's
like,
gone.
As like light starts to pierce
Yeah.
through a little bit, it starts to rise. I'll be like, shrug, go back to watching.
Oh well, that didn't last long. Cool. All right. And we're gonna end it there, I think,
I
guys.
think that's a good spot. Yeah.
And you level up.
Oh no.
Yes, we
Level-
finally leveled up.
Level 2. It
Oh,
would have
no.
happened earlier, but the frog and the whole.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Um,
Helvig.
Oh,
you're
we can
level
level
2
up.
now.
We can level up next week in our little
Yeah.
table.
Yeah,
trip,
I
yeah.
was
we
actually going to
can.
suggest we do that.
That's a great idea.
So for audience, for our lovely chat and our audience. So next week will be a table talk rather than an actual game. Although I might actually play around with the formula a little bit there. But one of the things we will be doing is leveling up our characters, and we will also take questions and talk about the way we're going, how we think we're working. But yeah, we would very, very much welcome questions from the chat as well. If you have questions, feel free to post them in the Discord, or tune in next week and we will answer them live, direct. So that was super great. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, we have a few answers to the favorite spell, Fireball. It's the universal answer. Want a better price? Fireball. Want an awkward social situation? Fireball. Messy breakup? That was
Oh no.
it certainly wasn't me, officer. I don't even know magic. Mage hand to grab a drink from the fridge and bring it over. Vicious mockery is always a good option. Yeah, vicious mockery is a good option. Someone says, I'd say sleep. Just cast it on myself whenever I need a nap. Oh my God, the ability to sleep?
Yeah.
No, I paid that. I solid pay that. The ability to turn your brain off. It's like, that's me done sleeping for the day.
Just like,
Oh,
Mental breakup.
That's Eliza's secret.
That's
She knows
amazing.
one.
yeah, she
yeah,
casts
she knows
spell.
one spell. She's got one casting of sleep every day. And somebody else, Veg says unseen servant. And I'm like, yeah, it's basically mage hand with extra steps. Yeah, basically. Yeah, good.
Except it's weird if they reposition you subtly because the unseen servant is a servant rather than just a hand.
Yeah. Okay. Sleep would be a godsend. Yeah, Dr. Colossal. All right. So, Veg swears every week. I know, all the time. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our lovely chat. We will be, we're going to finish off now. Thank you very much for watching and playing. Thank you very much, The Deck of Many, for A, sponsoring the channel, and B, writing the wonderful Humblewood book and source book and everything, and the Hit Point Press for producing the darn thing. Thanks, producer Veg, for his great work behind the scenes. Now, as with last week, I'm going to get everyone to give me a favorite bit, and Veg, just FYI, you're getting asked this question too, just a favorite bit from the whole thing. But we're going to do another element of this, because I want to hear favorite self moments as well. Self-love is very important, and not just masturbation. So I want to hear something positive from every player about the other players, and something positive about yourselves. Okay? I'm going to do this randomly. So going across from left to right, I'm going to roll a d4.
Dun,
We are
dun,
going to start.
dun, dun.
Oh, that's right. Actually, you know what? So we have a sponsor for the Eberron game, which is Roll with Advantage. And my dice from them arrived today because Roll20. Oh, it's a 2, but I'm not listening to that anymore. So I'm going to do my unwrapping here live now on the channel. Isn't that exciting? I'll show you my new dice. Is it a purple? Isn't it so pretty? They're like, oh, we'll wrap this up present style. Oh.
Oh, your first roll's gonna be
Oh my God.
our destiny.
So they've got a little bit of, these are stickers, apparently. There's an
Cute.
owlbear sticker. It's an owlbear sticker. How adorable. Dice mail. Josh, we hope you love your dice. Roll with advantage. Thank you, Roll with advantage.
Aw.
This is the softest, smoothest dice back ever. It's so velvety and lovely. Okay.
Got a soft gap in the top to put your dice in?
It is. There is this softest
Awesome.
of gaps. The
Beautiful.
softest.
Oh,
Right.
don't do that. No.
Oh,
That'll
Alright.
follow me to my grave.
so I think these do not transpose well on camera, but yeah, they are sort of clear and
Ooh.
filled with mist, filled with steam and smoke. And I need a D4. Where are you, D4? Oh, I love them. These are pretty. Okay, D4 time. The D4, like a D4. Number 1. Okay, yeah, we're gonna start with Trish. That was easy.
Okay.
It's slightly
That's
underwhelming.
Sort of boring answer, but you know what? Also, the lowest possible roll for the first time on those dice. Thank you. Okay.
Worked
Yeah.
up
All right,
for a while.
Trish,
Great
tell me
stuff.
your favorite self moment.
Oh my.
We're gonna be talking about Trish. So, favorite
Great.
self moment from Trish, and then we'll go around the circle about Trish. Go.
I really liked sharing my backstory. It was fun to make up, and like, it was funny just sharing it. I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders,
Yeah.
like. So that was really nice, and it was nice that everyone didn't immediately hate me as I feared. It was good to. I enjoyed doing that. That was my favorite bit.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Mitch, what was your favorite Trish moment?
Oh, that was it. Easy.
This
Just-
one's going to be a
just the-
super easy set. 'cause
Yeah,
I think everyone's going to say that.
I feel like just the fact that Trish realized that not the most judgmental, the only judgmental person in the entire party was Nevermore, and Nevermore had been so nice to Kesh. I felt like Trish was like gonna open up and did so.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, cool. Unfortunately, this means that that's already taken. So the next people are going to have to come up with something else to say that was nice about Trish. So Dan.
Okay, there's something else that I like about Trish today is letting go of cash but owning up to it. Like immediately, like, yeah, I just let it go.
Yeah, that was
it's
me.
fine. I don't want you to get in trouble. That was my decision.
Yeah. No, that was really good. Yeah. AJ?
I'm bad at math. Was my
It's canon now. She's just a bit ditzy.
yeah, it was just fantastic when you were like 7 is not dividable, and I'm bad at math. Oh, but also 81.
It's an even number. It's
like
it's a multiple
70.
of 10. Of course, it divides by 5. Yeah. My favorite Trish moment that hasn't already been said was planting the knife in the head of the demon. It was like, I am so done with this thing not receiving damage from my attacks. FYI, it did. It was just taking half damage. But yeah, the planting and then damn it! That was a really sort of her frustration of the whole situation was really good. Cool. All right, Nevermore. Your favorite you bit?
I feel like my favorite me bit, Nevermore bit, was probably the part when I decided it was time to find out from Kesh what it was like and why the drive to be a bandit. And in finding out and having seen the way that Kesh performed admirably throughout everything that we experienced with Kesh, kind of proved to me that not all bandits were exactly like my father had labeled them to be.
Yeah.
And so talking to Kesh and asking Kesh and hearing Kesh's response was probably my favorite.
Oh, chat
Yes.
bits. I do apologize. That's for Helvig, so we'll get to Helvig in a minute, Serum. But yes, definitely. Can I have other favorite bits for Trish and Nevermore in chat, please? Yeah. So great, Nevermore. Yes, exactly. Dan, your favorite Nevermore bit, please.
I like how Nevermore, the one who has been self-centric, or like has been talking themselves up quite well before now, has like shifted the spotlight over to Trish and Helvig at the tavern, and they were like,
Absolutely.
"Well, what are you about?" And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Giving the other players the spotlight is really cool. Yeah, absolutely. AJ.
It was when he said, "Fine, I got us lost. I admit it.
A lot of these are growth related, aren't they? It's
Yeah,
just
they're all
like, yeah,
growth.
look, he's
They're all growth.
he's becoming a decent human being or bird person.
Yeah.
Rachel.
I liked our hug. I thought it was good because of the group, we've been the most sort of at each other's throats, but it was nice that we can have a moment and
Yeah.
get along. It was really good.
And
I
that
love the
detail
character.
that it
I
was,
knew it had to happen.
and
Yeah.
that detail that it was awkward as well. Like you specified, this is not a comfortable hug.
But he's making an effort.
But-
We
but you-
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that made it more genuine because this isn't just we're now happy family. There's still tension and acknowledges that there is still an issue, but it's not, you've begun the process. Absolutely. My favorite Nevermore moment, actually, I think, Mitch, you've got a really good, you've got a really good eye for detail on this sort of thing. And you like walking along at the very end, picking your best feathers for use in spells. I think it's a really lovely detail about Nevermore that he uses his own spells as his components and he picks the best. Yeah. Because it's very much a bird thing to do. They preen constantly. And
Correct.
Really good.
That's what I figured. It was prestidigitation, preening, finding the best ones.
Yeah. All right. Favorite Helvig moments. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Do we have any from chat? Trish and Cash waiting to get involved with the frog. Yeah.
I like Veggie's
one,
one earlier as well, admitting that Nevermore
Admitting
admitting that his dad might
actually
be a bad person.
Yeah, that was a really interesting thing. It's going to be fascinating to see how it comes forward. I came in and out throughout, but I'm glad to have caught the end. Really did love the attempted to lie from Trish to instant owning up, to Jude instantly offering to take the blame. It was a great moment and probably cemented my earlier follow from check out these folks later, to keep watching these a lot from the Lord Barrington Esquire. Yeah. Nevermore, I don't have a good vision at night. Wink.
Yeah.
Bridge 184. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, Helvig, what was your favorite you moment?
Trying to share my backstory without giving away too much, and went to the opposite direction where Rachel felt like a huge weight came off their shoulders. I felt like there was more weight put on by sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. AJ.
My favorite Helvig moment was at the end with the two of our characters walking and his quills are down and he's actually like happy for a bit.
Yeah.
That was really meaningful.
Uncle Scott, Helvig is just such a sweet, kind-hearted person. Yeah. It's
Nice.
just really nice.
Lies.
Lies and slander. My favorite Helvig moment was definitely the question, what is a hero? And your whole, because I know Dan as a person quite well, it's really cool to see because I firmly believe that most characters you have to put an element of yourself in them, and it's really cool to see that little bit of you in Helvig coming out, and he's just such a charming character. And I think you've done an amazing job with him so far. And that question is so quintessentially Helvig. This self-doubt, but tempered with hope. It's like his only goal, and you revealed in that his only goal is to find the person who is a hero to give this burden to. When if Helvig had ever read any story ever, he knows he's the damn hero. I thought that question basically said, does an awful lot of work in characterization without having to do very much work at all. It was really, really good characterization and storytelling. Rachel, favorite Helvig moment?
I really liked the epic frog kill, even though that's not really on theme.
Yeah.
But
that was definitely what I was going for too.
He saw his friend in danger. Yeah, like even though he didn't want to do it, his friend was in danger, and he pulled out all the stops and
I feel it was the justification behind the attack. Yeah.
Solid
the way
use
you
of a
described
D20
what
as
was
well.
going on with your mind. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. We have Shanahos. Helvig's first kill was amazing. That wasn't his first kill. His first kill of the session.
You're neutral, aren't you?
Helvig is party MVP.
Oh no.
Asitha, favorite
Bridge.
moment was definitely the story he avoided telling the party. He killed the hero and sacrificed his village to his fiendish patron.
Heck.
Yeah, but the first one, it seemed like an accident. Yeah, cool. Mitch?
That was 100% what I was going to be going for.
Yeah, fair enough.
And more so the justification, the way that the logic slipped into place and the anger grew. And then you were, the whole Jude went splashing around, and now Jude's getting attacked, and I liked the justification for the power attack, I guess. Yeah.
Question for Helvig from Veg. Did you know how powerful Guiding Bolt was?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Dan's a pretty experienced player, I assumed. Yes. Favorite bridge moment? Yeah, Helvig just diving headfirst into a wall, trying to go through the window. Yeah, that's fun too. Favorite. This one tends to be fairly easy. Jude. Favorite Jude moments, AJ.
I think so many to choose from. I think getting so angry and trying to put a new butthole in the demon was my favorite Jude moment.
Painfully numerous buttholes.
Yeah.
The tears of joy whenever a fellow paladin bowed to her and receiving a farewell, saying, "Soon, young one, many will."
Seth. Best Jude moment is catching frogs with live mouse, mate.
Jude, it's a bit meta, but her admitting to be a girl with no pump-at-all, and the fact AJ sort of leaked it in her "If Jude Had Sisters" pre-show instant with Jude session. In fairness, the wording was there were no daughters. I mean, I don't have any sisters. Switching to a relevant truth rather than a lie. Yeah. Kel, it's my favorite Jude moment. The reveal of the mum, actually. It was that little nugget of story. When Mama, that is... So for me, Jude's whole journey has been an excellent example of bits of backstory seeded nicely and relatively organically throughout the story. That has been really nice. The reveal about, as Serum said, the reveal of the gender was so perfectly Jude. I would say that was a really solid storytelling.
Thank you.
I think my favorite Jude moment is just her being so enthusiastic about helping with the spell, just the paladin bonding, her stirring the pot and just being so into it. It was adorable.
The herbs going in and Jude just being like, ooh. That was adorable. I definitely have to go with the triumphant stab out of the already dead toad, and then I got a spleen. I'm in pain. So yeah, that was it for me. Just even after being swallowed, still coming out with like that fierce fury that Jude is known to have. It's me.
Bridge 184, my favorite Jude moment was her hugging the demon's leg and saying, "Leave Helvig alone." Yeah. Yeah, Dan, favorite Jude moment.
It's actually, for me, it's like adding the licking to your repertoire of things to fuck with us with. Like you started it when I covered your mouth and you licked my hand. And now you used it to wake up Nevermore. Trish,
I think that's because it's something she definitely wouldn't have done with her family. It's it's solid little bits of storytelling that show without telling that she's opening up, that she's becoming more confident around you guys and learning her place. And she comes across as vaguely autistic, but it's just because she's never had anyone to be a family with, or how she doesn't know how to relate to everybody because everyone bullied her. And it's finally getting to show off who Jude really is and become who she really wants to be. It's lovely. Yeah, the licking was amazing. Yeah, cool. I think, yeah, lovely. We do have the DM self moments as well, I suppose. Fuck. I really enjoyed the conversation between Kesh and Nevermore. When Nevermore asked, because I didn't know that was coming. And figuring out anytime you're the cat. Look, German accent's really easy for me to slip into. Basically, I was just playing a feminized scan. AJ, do you know 99 Luftballon?
I can learn it.
As Jude.
Jude doesn't have a German accent.
No, they're not. They're from the same place, but they don't have the same accent.
They're from the same continent, but I don't think Eliza's been to.
The accent is actually more because of the shape of her mouth. That's the way all cat people speak. It's not a hashtag not all cat people. They're not all German. It's just cute. Yeah. Yeah, so I think, my favorite moment was I love being surprised by players and being forced to improvise and being forced to figure out how would Kesh respond to this guy, the son of this guy, because she actually kind of likes Nevermore and she respects him to a degree. She respects him for him. She doesn't particularly like his dad, and she's learned to differentiate between the two in her mind. She's
known him a lot of growing between everybody, really.
Yeah.
Particularly Kesh to myself, the whole kind of, we both come from very different backgrounds, and we both, rather than clashing, tried to see something in each other that we could bond over, I guess, or would make each other look more human. I don't know.
And it was not my intention at all when I created Kesh, because Kesh is not from the source book.
Yeah, I know. I just had to come up with it.
Well, I had the whole heist thing, and I genuinely thought when I created it, I wonder what will happen here. I think Rachel will go for this, but she might not, and that would be cool too. And when she didn't, I was like, no, that's better. That's actually much better. But my intention was not to insert Kesh into the story so that there would be a bridge between, there would be basically sort of a human shield or a Map-At shield between Nevermore and Trish finding out how Nevermore responds when he finds out that someone's a bandit. That wasn't my intention, but it is sort of what wound up happening, and it worked quite well. So I just I didn't intend it, but it was fortuitous. So yeah, that was my favorite bit. Rachel, what was your favorite bit of me? And God, I hate saying that.
I really liked the description of the weird pink thing that got summoned. It was vivid and I could see it in my mind, and it just made me very mad when I couldn't kill this gross thing that kept getting bigger. It was a very good description of that.
Thank you.
I would have to say the fact that I didn't expect anything from the ritual to go wrong at all.
Really?
I, for some reason, was sitting there thinking he's going to cast a spell, something sick's going to happen, this dude's going to disappear, we can just take everything that he's left behind and we can go. But no, some creature comes out and starts attacking us, and I honestly didn't expect it. So that was it for me.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. To build from that, I thought the ritual was just gonna make like a door to his home plane, and then we were gonna do like airport departures where he was gonna like wave goodbye and then walk through.
Zoop.
But also I hope Scorp loved it, but for me it was you breathing life into Burzan. He's such a cool dude, and he had a swamp chariot. He had an amphibious chariot.
That was made up on the fly.
That's
was made up on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't. I wasn't certain exactly how. It had to depend on the way you guys, like how. Dude, you need to leave. You need to not be here. You need to continue this. If you were like, okay, cool, well, we're off, then he wouldn't have left. Yeah, that was on you. But yeah, cool. So yeah, making up the chariot was fun. AJ?
My favorite line that you said today was actually Eliza's line. Well, pleasure. I agree with Dan. The Burzan and the bow that he gave to Jude, and then
that was really good. Yeah,
very powerful for Jude as well. That's not saw that, but.
If I may interject, I feel like a thing in general with you is that NPCs aren't just a sheet of paper. They've got some depth to them. Each of them have character quirks. Alex, the freaking raptor dude, was clumsy as not clumsy, but like couldn't think for himself. You know, Eliza falls asleep straight away. Adorable. They all seem to have something to them that is a quirk that gives them just a bit of depth, and that's good.
Thank you.
So there you got two for the price of one there.
Thank you.
Axe.
Do we have any from chat? Subverting expectations. Hope Huggles. Hope Huggles, do you know anybody who plays? Because seriously, dude, get on that, or Chick, get on that. Like, play D&D. Like, if you live in Perth, hook me up. I'm always up for more players.
Hope is all the way in Canada.
Oh, lame. Well, I happen to... Where are you in Canada? Because I happen to know an excellent guy. Talk to agent number one. He's often on the channel. What else we got? The descriptions. I saw one from Veg that I quite liked. Josh's description about the demon when it was first summoned. Yeah, chameleon eyes. Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed the chameleon eyes thing. Okay, cool. Well, we're 12 minutes past the hour, so we should wrap this shit up. So it's now time for me to turn it over to our wonderful producer, Veg. Please follow, subscribe if you enjoyed the shows. Before I hand it over to Veg, we will do our sign-offs. So first of all, I have been your DM this evening. I am Josh the Pirate. You can find me on the Discord if you want to hang out and chat. I am also playing in the Eberron game on Friday nights, which is, I think we restream it on Roll for Damage, but it's over on Game On Australia if you want to participate in the chat at all. That one's pretty sick, and then we had our first episode last Friday, and it's very exciting. Things have really gotten running very quickly. Then, I am also in the podcast There Be Dragons as the German pirate Scan Felspar. So if you're wanting to hear more of my German accent, which is pretty good now, then you can come over and listen to us over there. And I have a little dragon called Rosh. That's a me. And we'll start at AJ and work our way down.
Hi, I'm AJ. You can find me on Instagram where I'll keep you up to date with all the creative things that I am doing. You can also find me on Wednesday nights here at Roll for Damage on Cerberus Ascending. And soon, very, very soon, I will be DMing my own game here on Roll for Damage. So stay tuned for that bucket of fun. This is the first mention of it, guys. Get excited.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Exclusive.
I happen to know one of the players.
It should be leaked soon. All the information will be leaked soon, but I just thought I would let chat know, since you guys have been so lovely,
You
this
have
evening, and I would spoil that.
excitement. And that's going to be Thursday nights?
Thursday nights, starting as of the 1st of October.
Oh, watch this space. Okay. Next, Dan.
Hi guys, I'm Dan. You can't really find me on social media, for I am a lurker representative. But thank you for hanging out, being in chat. We do try and read them. And you should follow these lovely folks out and come see us again next week.
Go. Nevermore.
I was Nevermore this evening, but during the day, I'm Big Viking Mitch. And thank you so much, everybody who came along tonight. There's been a huge viewership, steady viewership, pretty much the entire game through. There's a bunch of new people who have come through saying, you know, they're watching for the first time. So I hope you really loved it. Come back again. And you can catch the other videos on YouTube. But I'm Big Viking Mitch on Twitter. And I love playing with these people. So thank you.
Yeah. I would say, like, you probably don't have to watch all of the previous episodes to know what's going on, but I would strongly endorse it just because these four people are extremely, extremely competent storytellers and role players. And you'd just be doing yourself a treat to watch them.
I've watched all of our videos back maybe like once or twice. So
I watched them the following day just to we were cool. That was pretty cool.
agreed.
And then maybe take notes.
Oh,
'Cause
I
don't
just
have
watched
time to do
my
it.
Nightmare Trauma again, because,
Yeah.
you know.
I watched that several times. I enjoyed watching your face while I was describing stuff. Rachel.
Hi, my name's Rachel, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Fukar. Follow me there because I'm on there too much and I need people to talk to. I also have
Not
a
enough.
podcast. I also have a podcast called A Beginner's Guide to the Occult. It's about a supernatural investigator who sucks at her job. So you can listen to that. It's fun.
Cool. Yeah, fantastic. That's us. That's all of us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back at 8 o'clock next Monday to do a bit of a table talk. How exciting. And I will throw it over to producer Veg, who can... The podcast is freaking hilarious. Yes, it is. Yeah, cool. Producer Veg, take us away for a raid.
Yo, guys, it's not just me. It's it is just me. It's not a recording this time.
Not just you.
It's not just me. It's me and like the 1,000 other me's that live inside of me.
What was your favorite
Ooh.
bit?
My
Yeah.
favorite,
What was your favorite
bit.
bit?
Oh, Jesus Christ! I
You
put
can't
so
avoid-
many in the chat already.
He did. He did, in fact.
I
Yeah,
did
but I'm
that.
throwing you on the spot because I want it.
All right. So if you want justification, my favorite bit, and I'm going to give the whole scene so it encompasses everybody, is actually the sharing and caring in the tavern. So you have Eliza there who is being like this, I want to say, pillar within you all to sort of bounce off of, but yet Nevermore stands up and starts asking the hard questions. And you guys respond in kindness and loveliness, and then Helvig is like, no, I'm stealthing out of here. And that there, I'm stealthing out of there, roll a stealth check. No, you're not getting out of here. That was my favorite bit. Yeah.
I mean, he had no chance.
No chance whatsoever.
It was
I
he was
had
a
a
disadvantage.
I had a chance.
All the chat, best bits. Damn straight, Serum. But yes, I'm Veggie My Dangerous. If you guys don't know me, I'm the producer. I run most of the shows here behind the screens. Bar the Wednesday night show because Doomdonkey takes over for me, so I can have a day off.
Yeah.
And he's doing a great job. Show him some love when you're there on Wednesdays watching Cerberus Ascending. They're in their last 4 episodes. It's going to be insane. It's crazy. So get amongst it. It is great. That's 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Go and check it out. AJ will be there. It is fantastic. Of course, come join us on Friday nights for Goa, as Josh said, where we're playing our Roll for Damage campaign in Eberron, featuring myself, Josh, Shrew Dead Aussie Gamer, and the Dreaded GM. So we've got quite the heft, if I might say so.
It is a hefty team.
Yes, and I have recently rewatched the episode back twice, being,
I haven't watched that one yet.
I went and rewatched it because I was so unsure of myself again, as I always am.
Mate,
No,
it was fucking brilliant.
It was off the fucking chain. I made my good mate sit down and watch the whole thing with me today, and he was like, "This is fucking sick." And he's not a big D&D person, so that says something.
Yeah. Sorry, Veg. I wanted to just say, I had dinner with a bunch of friends who are currently playing the Humblewood campaign.
Oh wow.
2 of whom have, as in with me, 2 of them have watched the season so far, and they were dead set ready to not like you guys because they're like, no, we are the ones, we are the Humblewoods, but they couldn't not. They're like, no, they're amazing, they're lovely. He occasionally pops up in chat. Ursine Ul is one of them. So if you see Ursine Ul, that's who we're talking about. He's a big Strig barbarian.
Big Strig. Oh, that is such a great line.
He's an owl barbarian.
I love it so much. It's the best. All right.
Owl barbarian. Beautiful.
And he is amazing. He's a really, like, honestly, the party would have died several times without him. Yeah. Sorry, Veg. Take us away.
No, you're right. Before I do the raid, I'm going to do the one thing. I'm going to do the recording, but I'm going to do it live so you guys don't have to put up with my recording voice.
Oh, sure.
So we're proudly sponsored by Node One Internet. You can check out the panel below. They are WA's fastest internet service provider. They are WA based. They have won awards for their speed and reliability. They have local and friendly sales and support staff which are ready to take your calls or hit you up on the net. I can't speak highly enough of them. They literally gave me the best package I could possibly get. I'm sitting on the highest end, what they call the Ultra plan, and our streams have been top notch. I haven't had a dropout since I switched over, which is fantastic.
Yes, noteworthy.
Yeah, right. And believe me, I'm running a lot of things here. If you want to get yourself some super fast internet, you can head over to their website, which is node1.com.au. Use the code DMGE at the checkout, and you get 1 free month for signing up. It also goes towards us, so it helps us out as well. So go do it. It's worth your while. That's me, Veg.
Sweet.
Woo, right? Go do it.
Who are we raiding, Veg?
Well, strangely enough, the person who I was just going to rage went offline. So we're going to go...
Lucky you didn't raid them then.
Are Nerds of the West still going? Could we raid them?
No, Nerds aren't going. That was the first one. Then I had Captain Perth. He's no longer going. So I'm
how about extra credits?
Extra credits running?
Yeah.
Are they actually? Wow. Oh, man. I used to watch them all the time.
Extra breakfast, talking about Avengers, Ubisoft, new Call of Duty, and more.
Done. All right. I used to watch their YouTube stuff.
Their YouTube is so good. Their extra history is my favorite. If you want genuinely good history, like just broad overviews of really well researched periods of history, they'll do like the Battle of Stalingrad ones are really, really good. The Battle of Kursk is awesome. But they do like the South Sea Bubble. Yeah, extra history is freaking awesome. But extra credits, yeah. I recommend that. Let's do that.
All right, yeah, we'll go raid extra credits. So guys, get your favorite raider mode ready. Tell them where you've come from. Tell them all about our game tonight. Ask them about what they're doing and what they've got coming up. And most of all, spread the love of this lovely game we play called D&D. And we'll catch you all next week. Same time, same bad channel. Play peace out, guys.
What?
Bye.